Hello, how's it going everyone? Javita here, and yeah, crazy. Sad to say, I don't have a huge plan for this episode other than just kind of exploring the new stuff in release 203, which came out earlier this morning, at least from my perspective. So, or actually really early from my perspective. But yeah, between moving and trying to get this week's videos done, plus like they had like a weekend testing version with the awesome new give menu, and now 203, yeah, I didn't have just a whole lot of time to prepare a plan for today, but one of the things I would like to do is show off at least one thing that failed to actually make it into any of the videos. Simtex brought this to my attention as well. I had noticed it on the testing version, but just kind of got lost in editing process. But yeah, if you haven't already figured out, the glow boon does no longer flickers. Oh wow. So yeah, I still have some tunnels apparently left over from early days of mining in this location. This is crazy. This is, well, it must be beaconed. So well, with the risk of blowing stuff up. Oh wow, are these bombs not that good or something? What are these bombs? I'm on my crafter. That would be why. Oh, wow. So nice. I'm blowing up my crafting tables. Luckily, they have a minimum hit requirement, so yeah, I didn't reach that limit. So that's pretty interesting. Robert, hello, Javita, awesome. I guess awesome that I'm streaming again, so... Oh, glad you liked the intro, Ovis. Yeah, it's one of my favorite videos that I've made so far. It was a lot of fun to make, and actually I wasn't going to even make it because I really don't remember why, but James kind of, not really dared me, but that's kind of how I almost took it, so I made it. But, so yeah, it takes a minimum of 4 hits to break machines, and since I only used like 2 or 3 bombs, the crafting table survived. Okay. But yeah, lots of awesome stuff in the new release, like bomb augments. And if you notice my crosshair, it keeps like, when I look at something, it kind of expands. That's telling me that I'm within grapple range. So now you no longer have to guess the right range for your grapple. And yeah, just amazing. But yeah, I kind of want to look into crafting at least some sling bow augments. And for that, I think I'm going to need cobalt. So I thought maybe, just maybe, I would show you all basically how I do a how to find video, kind of almost live, because I've never actually deliberately gone looking for cobalt. I know like the little rock circles, at least in early access, used to drop this, but who knows, things could have changed since then, so... But let's see here. So probably need to switch to a different character. And Javita seems like a good option for now. So yeah, I might go looking for Cobalt. You all are also free to request or ask any questions, as always. And I could actually even do some more building if that all interests you, so... Let's see here. What? Oh yeah, I was going to go to places, worlds, and I guess let's start with the tier 6s and see what they have. So cobalt, fragment, there's olivine. Did not even make the list? What? Sulfur fragment. Saltpeter fragment. There we go, cobalt fragment. So that's 1.27%. What about, how about Cardass? That's probably pretty decent. That's a 1.33. What's another good one? Oh, Shedu tier. And where is it? Well, Really? Is it not? Probably right in front of me. So fragment, fragment. Huh, yeah, I don't see it here. Either that or I'm just blind. I'm probably blind, but yeah, the oil vine. I used to know what that came from, but I've never like deliberately gone out looking for it. So let's head over, and actually I probably have some atlases on me. Oh, I'm on a crafting table. That's the one downside to having a whole bunch of control. You end up interacting with all sorts of things you don't actually intend on interacting with. But what is this? That's Bezo Verona. Yeah, we could check that out. How about, what is that? That's Altinus. There's Cardass. And, oh, I think my crafter has all my cobalt. Oh, that's hilarious. No, I'm not blind. Okay, that's good to know. I honestly sometimes seriously wonder because it's like usually, you know, whoa. It's usually staring me right in the face, so. America has a lot of cobalt? Oh, that's good to know. See, I don't think I have an atlas. Maybe I can go find one for sale right quick. And yeah, he has my cobalt. I think I'm down to like 5 pieces. Might have been the strength brews that was using it, or maybe some forging, and I just happened to have some for mining. And yeah, I used it up. So oil vine. Probably could get oil vine just about anywhere. Okay, so Justin saying I can show you a place in America, Cuddle Trunk Federation. I've seen Cuddle Trunk Federation, not that I remember how to actually get there, but so yeah, that's Cardass. Ooh, look at that. That does not look bad at all. Let's see here. What else do we got? Pop that in there, see how Bezo whoa. Really? Seriously? There's none? That just doesn't seem right. Was that the one that I was just thinking I was blind? Bezo Verona, resources, fragment, saltpeter. Yeah, I guess that's kind of strange. I wonder why it doesn't have any, just like, I don't know, if it's on America, why would it not be on Bezo Verona? What else do we have here? Delta Concrete. Oh, that might be an interesting one to look at. Oh, wow. So that looks actually even better than... Yeah. I guess the question is that going to be like in cave systems or not? So that will be a qualifying factor here. So let's go look and see. Okay, so Justin said I just checked America. Those big blobs are super bright here. Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see here. So America, I think, is it a metal planet or a coal planet? I can't even remember now. Since it's not one of the original worlds, I never really did look into it probably as closely as I should have. Here we go. It is rugged metal world. Okay. And, oh, let's see here. Is there going to be... How would I get to Cuddle Trunk Federation? Is it just going to be connected to the America hub, or is it maybe on the shopping area here? It also has extra atlases if I want steel or iron. Okay. Oh, that's Hunter's Pie. Mineral shop, reach. Yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be on America. There's a portal next to the hub on America. Okay, there we go. Fizzle Knight. Wow, this hub is a little bit different. Oh, what's this? Nope. I think it's on the hub. Well, okay. Well, it's an adventure, to say the least. There's quick Oort stone. Oh, what do we have here? Not seeing... What is that? Oh, it does not pass guideline number 3. I don't remember what guideline number 3 is. Okay, we got shop stands. Oh, no sign saying that leads to portal seekers. That's the problem. That will do it. Need sign on your side per guideline 5. Oh, I wonder what guideline 3 is now. He's got that. Okay, so I don't know, I could do that on a live stream, but that's kind of something I should probably do in my own time. I'm not seeing... Let's see here, any other nearby portals? This is probably just going to lead back to a shopping hub. I'm at about 1000 north, 600 east, or negative 600 east. Okay, let's see how far that is away from us. Let's see here. Currently, remove destination, set destination. So, 10, 20 by negative 600 by, how about 65? Confirm. Eek! It's nearly 2,000 meters away, so we definitely don't want to walk there. Yeah, not close enough to run. Or I can meet you at PS Hub and just give you one. Well, I'd kind of like to know where this place is. I mean, how did you get there? I mean, obviously you got there somehow. Oh, got somebody waving at us. Oh yeah, that's another thing I have. I got a few new features and got the little donation ticker. So last stream, I actually got my first donation. So very huge thanks to Linsamom. I guess that's how you pronounce that. And I got a little like jar thing over here that keeps track of like subscriptions or not subscribers, followers, basically everything. So I kind of have mixed feelings about putting a bunch of extra junk on the screen, but I do like the idea of the jar thing. So figured I'd try it out, but also did some further refinement on all of the notifications as well. So I use PS. Oh, okay. So that's probably where I saw it then. So he said he uses Portal Seekers, Batulia, and there's the Grump store, Essentials shop. Oh, there we go. Well, I'm assuming that's him. He's certainly, let's see if I can hit the right button here. Very nice. Okay. Yep, trade request. I mean, you don't have to give me, let's see here, I can maybe sneak in some coins and I don't know what an Atlas really goes for. How about 700? Aha, maybe I snuck it in there. Yes! Okay, thank you very much for the Atlas. So let's check this out. Ooh, it's fully explored too. Yeah, I've done almost no exploring on America, but let's, pop this in here. Okay, so it's not, what was that other one that was really bright? Not that one. Ooh. So, oh, Delta Concrete. So, I mean, those are a little bit more spread out. Whereas this one is not so spread out, but when it is there, it's there in apparently numbers. I mean, that's kind of trying to almost be green. So I don't know, let's go check this out and see what happens. Oh, very nice. Thank you for the subscription. And why is that still playing the wrong notification? That's so crazy. I think he's going to lead me to the place. What was it? Cuddle Punk Federation or something? The Iron Tool Shed. Okay. Aha, Cephro America. And let's see here. Okay, so we got a nice hot spot off to the west and the north. Well, pretty much every single direction except south. Nice. So he said, welcome to my home. Let me show the way to CTF. We also have a portal directly to SERP. What? Yeah, SERP. I'm not sure what that is. Serpent Serenity, maybe? Yeah, I'm after Cobalt because I need Cobalt to craft all of the new augments, and I've kind of used it all up crafting other things. Ah, yeah, Serpent Serenity. Okay. I must be on the wrong skill set. What? Oh, well. Yeah, I guess we can do my mining spec. Yeah, look at the... There we go, that's better. Okay, are we... So, closest Cobalt is quite a ways from here, any direction. So... Oh, this is Cuddle Punk Federation. Okay. I was looking for a sign that said Cuddle Punk Federation. Okay. Wow. Okay, so yeah, let's... That one looks pretty nice. So does this one. I think I'll head for this one because it looks like there might be even more on the other side of it, so... And probably... I don't know, might... Yeah, it would be better to go on my stealth gather, but... Really? That's hilarious. There's just a bridge here for no apparent reason. Let's see here. Is this beaconed? It is beaconed. That's crazy. I think my home selling tools in Boundless use the Ultima Hub and go right as you go through and look for the tunnel in the hill. Okay. Oh, okay, loads, okay. So yeah, I'm not necessarily... Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, okay, that's beacon view. Aha. So that's gotten a nice little update. Yeah, used to it looked a lot blockier when you looked or turned on beacon view and looked at other planets, so that's pretty awesome. This game just keeps getting better and better, or at least, you know, in my opinion, it does. Oh, nice. So this is just like a little bridge over to this other town. And let's see here. So yeah, the little rock circles or rings, whatever they're called, at least that's what they used to be called. And that's going to be what? Primarily opal. Ooh, but it does give cobalt. Nice. So yeah, 3 opal, 2 cobalt, 2 flint. And this drops sulfur. Very nice. Sure, that'll be useful for something, what, healing potions maybe? So yeah, James is saying, honestly didn't notice you sneaking the coin in for the map. By the time I heard you say it was already done. Yeah, that's exactly why. I thought about it, I was like, well, I could just sneak it in there and not say anything, but I kind of used the delay to my advantage. But I've been the victim of that quite a few times. And I think I even reported it at one point because it's, you know, like you can offer up the trade before they put in a coin amount, but then they can change the coin even after you've kind of offered the trade, and then once they accept it, it's of course locked in. But I've been forced to accept coins on a number of occasions because of that. I was like, I'll just give it to you, and then they end up paying me for it anyway. Ah, my inventory is a disaster. Oh well. Yeah, I probably should have planned this out a little bit more. So that's like gotta be caves. Oh, it's ice. I see. It's icy over there, so it favors those crystal things. I think they're technically called boulders, but so yeah, cobalt is gonna be like insanely easy to get. I wonder why Bezo Verona doesn't, because it has plenty of icy areas. You would think there would be lots of, maybe the heat map just isn't showing for some reason. It's kind of strange. Yep. So, yeah, I guess I can at least pick up the important stuff. And let's see here, maybe, I thought maybe some of these chisels would smart stack together. I don't really need these doors, I can leave them for somebody else to find. Yeah, 3 doors. And I don't really want the sand either. Can hang on to the creature mantle for now, I guess. And do I have... I guess an iron hammer would be better, but we can use titanium. Just like completely obliterate it. Oh cool, it's like pyramid or something over there. Here, get a loot magnet out just in case something tries to fall behind. Let's see here. Oh wow, that's literally a one plot building right there. What planet would I recommend for titanium mining? So if you're going straight for as much titanium as possible, probably Alkion, the tier 6 burn planet, Shadow tier, well, not Shadow tier, Serpent Serendi, that other S name, is also a good one. And the main reason why I recommend those 2 planets is you can get titanium at the same time as you're getting other things like either rubies or diamonds. So you can go either underneath the mountains or under the deserts, depending on which gem you're actually going for. And you'll also find lots of gold and hard coal, medium coal, things like that. Generally when I go looking for something, it's like, well, what gem can I mine at the same time, sort of deal. So I end up doing a lot of mining for both diamonds and rubies. Just because of that. I was like, well, I need hard coal, and so I go mining for diamonds, or I need titanium, so I'll go mining on the tier 6 burn planet. And the advantage to mining on a higher tier planet, like you could find it on a tier 5 planet, no problem, but the tier 6 planets, they should drop extra titanium per seam, which, since it's only dropping like 2 to 3 or something like that, can make a really big difference. Because just one extra piece, like if you're only getting 2 on a tier 5 and you get 3 on a tier 6, that's what, 50% increase or something like that. And so doesn't seem like much at first, but makes a huge impact over time. How's it going, Ollie? Yeah, this is like no big deal at all. It's kind of crazy. I thought this stuff might be a little bit hard to find. So let's see here. Am I tracking this planet already? I Let's add worlds. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Add the worlds list. Now I can go over to resources and saltpeter, sulfur. Here we go. Cobalt fragment. So that's interesting. It actually says it has a lower density. Maybe it's just because the other surface resources are so much more abundant. So that's kind of interesting. Because yeah, if you do the same thing for shimmering orbs and Bezo Verona, at least last I looked, oh wow, 0.08. That used to be like 0.33, at least when I did my shimmering orb video. I could have sworn maybe it's just being farmed out that heavily. That is pretty interesting, because what Cardass was 0.22, I think, if memory serves correctly. Now it's a 0.6. What's an unlikely planet? How about Shadow Tier? I mean, it does, or not. Just, oh, why am I getting Shadow Tier and Serpent Serenity mixed up all of a sudden? No, those are only showing a 0.8. I don't know, maybe I'm just completely off on my numbers. Maybe I'm going insane here, but I could have sworn that it had a better numbers than that. But yeah, what was it? Was it Cardass? That looked pretty decent. And it has Cobalt. Here we go. Yeah, it's got a 1.33%. But yeah, look at the Flint. The Flint is like on this world, it's a 44% for Flint, and it's much, much lower. So that's, I'm going to chalk it up to that maybe. How's it going, Combite? He says, hey, Javita, the resource percentages change based on what's currently on the planet. So yeah, that's kind of the conclusion I'm coming to. And which, you know, makes perfect sense, because the heat map, they say it updates actually every a couple of hours or something like that, but then for the client it only updates once 24 hours, and that has to do with performance issues of kind of hogging bandwidth for what, there's 42 planets now or something like that, and if you walk into an area that has like every single atlas with a whole bunch of different heat maps, yeah, that would be a lot of stuff all at once to try to download. So that's kind of why it updates so slowly, at least for the client. Which actually kind of makes me wonder if there's a way you could force it to update, like maybe go in and delete your chunk cache to force it to re-download, but I've yet to actually test that out. So kind of an interesting idea. That is why I just farm growth on Delta with a world regen. Ooh, yeah, that is a good idea. Use a regen bomb to regenerate. Can usually get 75 to 90 shimmering orbs in about 12 minutes or one brew. That sounds really nice. Yeah, I guess if you could find like an ideal patch, you could just sit there and regen the same patch over and over if you didn't mind kind of being harder on your bombs. But honestly, a copper bomb, you know, forged with regen, those are not hard to make. But certainly you could just do it for like the whole entire island, like clear it all off and then regenerate it and then do it all over again. So, how much of this stuff do I already have? 170, well, okay, 171, so not bad at all. Not exactly sure just how much of this stuff I need, but as you can see, there's like, there's just nothing to this, really. Guess I could get that Roadrunner. Where did he run off to? Is that... Yeah, that's him over there. It almost looks like a wild stock, so I can't really see his head. Where did my... There it is. Justin said, Javita, a friend and I did a lot of building in the Serpent Serena PS Hub town. We're looking for shop owners, diamond mining tools. Would love to have you if you're interested. To like run a shop? I mean, I would, to be honest, I would love to like run a mega store or something, that one that just like buys and sells everything and has good prices, and but that takes a lot of time. And I literally struggle to stock what does that be? 100 and what is that, 40 or 60 persisting pies a week? And those usually sell out before the week is over, and then I have to go out and farm a bunch of stuff. I guess that's what I need to do, is start buying a lot of stuff. But yeah, I'm just too focused on gathering stuff and making YouTube stuff, preparing for streaming, even though it doesn't look like I do much preparing. But that kind of has to do with all the recent updates, and I'm in the middle of moving, and so yeah, lots of stuff going on. Where do I farm rubies? So I would go to the tier 6 burn planet, because that's the, well, burn planet, and that's where you find rubies. You could try to find them on Serpent Serenity, which is a blast world. There are rubies there. It's just, if you put a ruby in the atlas, you'll kind of cry a little bit. Maybe with the new atlas, it looks a little bit better, but since they made so many improvements on it. Let's see here, get this other Roadrunner. Probably not high level enough to actually drop anything nice, but I don't know. Adrenal glands are kind of nice to have. Do I have a good location? Well, they favor being under desert, so let's see here. Locations. Mountain. Come on, I know I have deserts in here somewhere. There we go, here's one. So, negative 200 north by negative 1500 east, elevation 83. That is a desert, and it will have rubies underneath it. The hot spots for rubies on that particular planet aren't the most impressive, and they're completely riddled with lava, so it can be a little bit dangerous and annoying to try to farm them there, but sadly that's kind of your best option. Probably the better way to get rubies is maybe just go mining on Serpent Serenity and use a changing chisel to just change the diamonds into rubies. Since mining for diamonds is generally a bit safer, a lot less lava. But then again, you only get 2 per seam, where you could be getting 3 on the tier 6 planet, so there's pros and cons. Oops, missed. How's it going, Avail? What am I up to? I'm getting cobalt fragments because I want to craft some of the new augments, mainly for the sling bows, because now they have like 125 charges, which is amazing. Might actually use these things now. Not to mention there's new bomb augments and a bunch of new stuff. Let's see here. So if you can see, my crosshair actually kind of expands out, and that's because the game is letting me know that I'm within range to grapple. So you no longer have to guess the range of your grapple, which is amazing. Actually, for the longest time, I was like, is there some way I could like make a range finding script that would let me know if I'm within a certain range of a block? But because you can actually look in the debugging menu and it'll give you, I think it has a limit of 30 meters, but there's like a little range or distance meter in there. But sadly, it's capped out at 30. I actually wonder if that's been expanded with this new system. Let's see what it was. Yeah, it's under selection distance. So there we go. Goes up. Nope. So yeah, it goes up to 31, and then it just shuts off. But it's kind of a moot point because grapples was the main reason why I'd want a rangefinder. So. I think fish should get augments too. What do you think? Okay, that would be pretty interesting. You know, the only thing that I would have against that is it would be, I don't know, a lot more development cost basically for only a portion of the audience to actually get to enjoy it, because only early backers can make the Iron Fist, and the Digital Deluxe owners can do the Gold Fist, and yeah, seems kind of silly to do augments for something that's kind of so exclusive that not everybody can enjoy. But then again, I don't know, you could just put them up for sale and just have to go out and find somebody that's selling them if you can't craft them yourself. But that'd be pretty interesting. Particularly, I mean, they already do such crazy damage. I'm just like, okay, a forged fist with maximum damage, and then with a damage augment and a strength brew, and oh my goodness, that would be insane. Because I think, at least for the bombs, what, it was an extra 800 damage for the rank 3 augments. I don't know if that's a direct clone of the slingbow augment. It might be. Yeah, I mean, it's the grapple mastery is supposed to augment the fist. So Fox was saying, I really hope the fist gets more skills in the future. I would love range increase or something. I believe somebody was talking about a long range fist, so you might actually be able to forge extra range onto the fist weapons. I haven't actually tried that out just yet. But yeah, the grapple mastery theoretically boosts fist weapons. However, it doesn't actually show up anywhere. It doesn't show up in the damage numbers on the side of the screen, and it doesn't show in the tooltip, so it could be a display bug, or it could literally not be augmenting the damage. It'd take a fair bit of testing to figure out, like, okay, I can kill this wild stock with 2 hits, and put in some extra skills, and then see if you can kill it in less hits to see if it actually is getting benefit from those skills. Because just about any mastery for some reason doesn't show up in the tooltips, but and I actually don't know if it shows up on the side of the screen, but you can certainly tell, like, oh, I need less hits to break rocks, so it's pretty clear it actually does work. Ooh, nice. So Avail saying that's correct. You can forge fists in range and durability, speed, extra damage. Yeah, I tried to forge one fist, and I tried to make it AoE, and the boons went on there, but it didn't actually do anything. So once the product was actually done, it didn't say it had AoE or anything, but then I think it still had the reduced damage because of the AoE effect that was on there. So it was like, well, that's a pile of crap. And so yeah, it was the last fist I forged, and I don't know, for some reason I don't use them as much as I probably should. But certainly having a long-range fist, that would be... because that's the only drawback to fist weapons, is they're kind of short range. And I don't think I've ever gotten any gleam on this planet. That looks like a pretty nice color. Some version of blue, at least. Let's see. Well, I'll just break it and pick it up. I don't need a spicy bean. Here we go. Slate Cerulean? Cerulean? I don't know. Some sort of blue. Doesn't work on AoE, but it does on everything else. So that's good to know. Yeah, I guess I got a little discouraged. The very first thing I tried didn't work, and I was like, okay. And I'd heard of other people doing extra damage, which certainly, I don't know, that's just gotta be insane. Fist weapons with extra damage. But that would be really cool, like, if you had a charge ability, or maybe just the charge epic worked for the fist, that would be insane. Oops. Tot. Okay. We have entered Tot. A simple forge for fist can add 10 meters in range in level 1. Wow. And you can go up to level 4. So yeah, you can have long range gold / iron fist. So yeah, I wonder Well, I think you already said something about speed, but like use the lightness gum to increase the projectile speed. But I think they have a decent projectile speed to begin with. But given their short range, they don't really have to go very fast to get there effectively, so that'd be my next concern is like, well, is it fast enough to get there in a reasonable amount of time? Because while I love my emerald grapples, I really wish they flew a little bit faster. I mean, I've gotten used to it, but there's like, okay, wait for it, wait for it. That's particularly because I got used to the titanium grapples, which have, it's only like an extra 5 meters per second speed, but it's amazing the difference that it makes. Okay. Yeah, so that was you. Let's see here. Avail? Yeah, okay, so that's coming from YouTube, so it should be the same name. But yeah, no problem. Sorry, I think I misunderstood your first comment about it, and I was like, oh, you must be talking about a stealth gatherer, because I didn't really see the point of a stealth hunter. It's like, well, you can get really close, but after that, all of your stealth is kind of out the door. But certainly with those fist weapons and the crazy amount of damage that you can do with them, it's pretty darn effective. It's like basically things are dead before they even know you exist. So pretty nice and interesting build. Particularly for anybody just kind of starting out is one of the really nice things about it, because like you don't have to really distract with all the other masteries and whatnot. I guess I could not run past the very thing I'm trying to get. Oh, jeez. It's like, no, I must get to an area of higher density before I bother myself with actually gathering the stuff I want. That was basically what was going through my mind at the time. Which makes not very much sense. Let's see here. Veil, the base speed with no dex is super slow, but if you spend like 4 points into dex, you really notice a change in shooting speed. Oh yeah. You're talking like how fast you can actually, like the time between shots or the actual projectile speed? So I was kind of worried about the actual projectile itself taking too long to reach its target. Certainly action speed from dexterity will help you shoot successive shots faster, but won't necessarily help the projectile speed. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed when I tested out the grapple mastery and it appeared to have no effect whatsoever. I was like, oh, it's like the one argument for taking grapple mastery. It's like, it sounds really cool, it's just, it's a luxury item that, I'm hard pressed to think of any situations where you would just have to take grapple mastery, unless maybe there's some raid or boss fight, titan fight, whatever you want to call it, that just demands a really high performance grapple. Like, you have to like grapple a hopper that's rolling around and then throw it into the boss at just the right time to to like blow up its core or something. I don't know. That'd be pretty interesting. That's actually the very first thing I thought of when they were talking about how you could make hoppers kind of be stunned and roll around, and you could push them and grapple them, and it's like, ooh, what kind of boss fight mechanic is going to take advantage of that? It looks like here I can throw this glacier down, and it's just flint, so you don't really need flint. I have so much flint, it's not even funny. Lots of meteors out today. I just wish gold tools had more durability. I love the idea of crit-focused tools, but it's a shame there are no other alternatives in gold in gem tier. Okay, I was... Uh-oh. That was... Okay, unplayable connection. I was like, what's going on? But yeah, the diamond tools actually used to mirror gold in its crit. It was like called eccentric or something like that, and it also all diamond tools were the 1x3, or I guess what would be 3x1 AoE, the 3 horizontal, and they had really high crit chance, and I don't know, they were nice. But then they opted to make them heavy, and then they just kind of got rid of the eccentric quality altogether, basically when the Forge came out. So, but yeah, that would be interesting. I know they're looking to have like a whole new thread on balancing issues, and it's kind of their step towards being a little bit more open with communication as to potential changes they're considering as far as balance. And that's one of the things they call out is gold, silver, and titanium, and how gold and silver tools, they're just not really worth the effort. Silver tools can be nice for like low-level planets just because they swing faster, but they have lower durability, less damage, and so it's kind of a hard sell. Same with gold, that lower durability just hamstrings what they can do. So there's lots of really, really nice constructive posts on that thread. Basically, you know, it's like, okay, if it swings faster, it should have more durability and things like that. And certainly the gold and alloy tools in general just need more durability, and the titanium tools just need to be plain easier to craft. Or something, maybe more durability, because it's like you need alloys and titanium and a whole bunch of smelting. It's literally simpler to make gem tools than it is titanium tools. They're slightly maybe more accessible, like if you want to put all of your diamonds towards making power coils right up front. But I mean, I got all of my diamonds using iron tools. I saw basically no reason to upgrade to titanium until much later on, when I just had more titanium than I knew what to do with, as well as alloys. How's it going, Electric Ninja? Zero Veil said, if you use two fists like me, you only notice the increase in speed in the shooting time, not the projectile. Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, and before said projectile speed, well maybe I haven't noticed, but so far the only thing you can upgrade is speed with fists, and it's only the shooting speed. So but yeah, with forging, theoretically you could use the lightness gum, and that should target the projectile speed boon, but just have to test it out to see if the fist even has that particular one. I mean, theoretically it would, but who knows. Well, I'm doing pretty well, just running around getting some cobalt. Wow, up to basically 431, because I have 4 sulfur. So not bad. We could probably do quite a bit of crafting. I wanted to craft some augments if I'm being a little too scatterbrained to get that far. And so first part of the stream, I literally just like, you know, somebody asked me, oh, can you do a video? Like I just recently got a request on how to find gold. And I might do a video on how to find gold. It's like, I was tempted just to say like, well, check out the diamond mining video and that's how you find gold. But I could go ahead and do a video just for gold, but kind of walked you all through the process, at least how I approach it. I kind of looked at the places menu and to see the concentration of resources, and then maybe look at some atlases, and you know, and then my extremely helpful streamers pointed me towards America over here. And yeah, look at these hotspots for cobalt. That's just insane. And what it is, these glaciers are just covered with whatever these are called. There's some type of boulder chip. I don't know, they look like crystals to me. Smack. Oh, that's too much fun. And yeah, I can actually hit this. He's running away and he's dead and he doesn't even know it. That's hilarious. So Elfie says, I'm in bad need of silver. You're quite on a cobalt spree, says Cobalt. Or Combite, excuse me. Okay, so I think I've kind of maybe, let's see here. I mean, there's another hotspot way off to the west. Yeah, and we came from the east. So let's see here. Yeah, I mean, you know, we got enough for now. I can always come back later and get more. Let's see, surely these portals will lead me back to civilization. Did you notice that they changed the way meteors drop loot? You don't have to hit them anymore. What? How often does the Atlas update the hotspot? It's once every 24 hours. The heat map actually updates more often than that, but it's an issue of download, you know, the data usage in the background of having to re-download the pictures over and over, or the heat map over and over. So whenever you use or see a heat map for the first time, it updates right then and there. So, and then it'll wait a full 24 hours before it updates again. So if you're careful not to see any heat maps on your way to your gathering location, once you get there and you use your Atlas, it'll be more or less up to date. But I'm interested to see... Wow. So, first shot and it breaks. This is not my hunting spec, but should be okay. Except I need my other sling bow out. And craft, there we go, inventory. Let's get our nice sling bow out. Where is that? Oh, I don't have the charge epic, so oh well. Yeah, this shotgun is pretty devastating when you can charge it up. Oh, what are we, yeah, blasting. Yeah, it's actually somebody commented on my elemental video that I don't quite understand. It's like there's like, that makes no sense. It shouldn't be so symmetrical of how the elements counter each other, and I really don't quite understand what he's even talking about. I mean, it is symmetrical, but how else would you want to do it? You know, have one element that counters more than one other element, or... So I'm not really sure what he's complaining about. And I really need to pick these shards up here. I don't need this creature mantle. There you are. Kabloo! Did you want some of the blue gleam from this planet? That seems slow. Some people are strange. Laugh out loud. Monster drops, not meteors. Okay. How often? Oh, okay, I get it. So you're saying like the update for the Atlas. Yeah, it would be nice, like at least every couple of hours. But again, you know, if you have like walk into an area where there's 20 atlases with 20 different heat maps, that could possibly give you a really bad lag spike trying to download all of that at once. So I can see why it is. It's just not that great. So I guess I'm not understanding what, because if I put my loot magnet away, then I still have to loot them manually. So are you sure you don't just have a loot magnet out and have like just discovering that there are such a thing, that there is such a thing, I guess? Or I could be just misunderstanding the comment altogether. Come on, really? Is the toxic effect of the emerald just the emerald damage now without the dots? So yeah, the dot has been done away with. The one from early access where it did no damage, but then it did like a dot over time. Now it's just straight damage, and it has, you know, toxic tacked onto the end of it. It's like, well, it's toxic damage, which really doesn't mean a whole lot, other than against certain targets it does extra damage. Oh no, I need to be picking up eyeballs. Yeah, I really should have cleaned my inventory, but I guess we can throw the bones away. Okay, no, what I mean is if you kill a mob, most of the items you have to hit the dead body to get the loot, but now you just have to come close to it for it to drop. You're describing loot magnets. Because, I mean, otherwise I can't loot this meteor until I bring my loot magnet out, and then the meteor automatically loots. Yeah, that would be really awesome, just have a loot magnet as a skill instead of a forged boon. But, I mean, to give you an example here, kill this hopper, and nothing happens until I bring my loot magnet out. So, and oftentimes you end up making a loot magnet whenever you try to make an AoE tool, because they're targeted or they're a part of the same boon category. So we have this random effect adjacent, so that's the AoE effect, but then I have this +6 meter attraction range, comma, auto harvest. So that is what allows me to auto harvest both the corpses and the meteors. And interestingly enough, sometimes the auto harvest doesn't even show in the tooltip, but as long as you have the loot magnet or the loot attraction, it still works. So it's probably just a display bug or something. Because essentially it's the same thing, it's just all rolled into one thing. It's probably just a matter of the missing in the string files for that particular rank. So yeah, Avail, weird. Yesterday I was looting everything, just getting close to them, and I had nothing on my hands. So that's interesting. I wonder what was causing that. Combite saying it's a good game, I highly recommend it. Couldn't say it better myself. Okay, so Alias 1989, I've been interested in this game, so yeah, this is... I mean, if you enjoyed Minecraft, 7 Days to Die, basically any kind of block building game, this is that times, I don't know, a lot, a million. I mean, it is an MMO, so it has MMO qualities in that there's a little bit more grindy. So like if you're used to Minecraft where you could get like diamond tools in, 15-20 minutes, you might be a little bit disappointed with this game because the progression's a little bit slower. You need to gather things in higher quantities, but there's also the in-game trading system, so you can just do the things you love doing to earn coin to then shortcut the things you don't really enjoy doing. So if mining isn't really your thing, go out and hunt a whole bunch of creatures, do meteors, join the group events, you get like insane amounts of animal drops that you can then sell for coin to buy the things that you don't want to go out and gather yourself. So, and of course it's a sandbox game, so literally you can make anything of this game you want it to be, as long as you follow the sandbox rules, of course. Of course there's no flying or anything like that, but the sky is pretty much the limit, and even the sky is not the limit because all of these planets I'm looking at, I can actually go there. And if I put my totem on, I can actually see other players on that planet in more or less real time. So this yellow icon is the capital of the planet. This red icon, that probably, I think that's a player, and these gray icons are other people's settlements. So there's not too many people on that planet. But here we go. Whoops, wrong button. Here's Betulia, see 2 players there, whole bunch of towns, capital. I think that's the capital over there. It looks like that's probably what it is. And so yeah, pretty awesome. And I think I was going to go through these portals. And so players can set up portals that go not only to the same planet, just a different location, but across the heavens as well. And you can also do warping, which is kind of like a one-time use portal. So you can just kind of warp there, and then when you're done, you can warp home. That does use coin, whereas the portals use portal fuel that you have to like farm the resources by kind of doing meteors or farming roadrunners, which is a type of creature, etc. Would love to see future racers for sure. That would be pretty awesome. Uh-oh. Starving. So yeah, there are some light survival mechanics. You do have to eat food every once in a while, but like this meaty casserole that I just ate down here, it gives me a special little buff right here that basically prevents me from getting hungry for 20 minutes. So for 20 minutes, I don't even have to worry about food. Otherwise, running around and using my tools would make me hungry over time. Planets can be traveled across from any server cluster. Each server cluster, US East, West, EU Central, Australia, contains its own varied amounts of planets. There's races. So yeah, there's not really races just yet. Gameplay overlaid. Hey, from Tana 7's capital. I think we'll eventually see some races from the... Yeah, there's been a lot of concept art for different races. As long as the receiving baskets have coin, yeah. What are my coordinates right now? That's a good question. So, where is it? Yeah, my coordinates, we got 1300 by negative 1000. Altitude 128. Kind of. There we go. Cinch that down here. So I don't know how well you can see that small of text, but there we go. Coordinates on screen if you want to, I guess, hunt me down or... Okay. Let's go ahead and just jump down to the more recent stuff. My dream feature would be races that had traits attached to them, like the race that maybe could breathe underwater. So that would be pretty awesome. I know the devs kind of want to avoid racial abilities like that because ultimately players feel like they're forced to pick a particular race for their optimal play style, basically, which I can certainly appreciate. Because there's been several times in games, it's like, oh, I have to be this ugly race just because they have reduced fall damage, or like you say, they can breathe underwater. And Christian something. Hey Javita, happy I can catch your stream live. Oh, thanks for dropping in. No, what we need is cloth. Like right now we need cloth in the game. Well, we do have cloth in the game, we just can't wear it. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about is... which gum targets the real speed for grapples, please, Javita? That would be effect gum targets the real end speed. So yeah, on the testing servers I was doing some playing around with forging and made some really insane grapples with like, I don't think it had max real end speed, but it was pretty darn close. And pretty sure if you like grappled, reeled yourself in, and then let go really quickly, you'd probably kill yourself slamming into the walls. Okay, I know there's a portal in here. Where is it? Keep getting distracted. Here we go. Oh, this is the place that didn't have a sign. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, not following guideline number 3. Oh wow. Is that a scoop of ice cream? Yeah, one of my favorite features in Boundless are the grapples. Oh, it's an earth yam. Okay. Kind of maybe waxy. Is Is it a waxy, or it could be just a regular earth yam, I guess. I mean, there's a cooked waxy earth yam. So yeah, it's pretty. All it's missing is what? The stem? Doesn't it? Yeah, it has like a little tuft at the top. That's amusing. Uh-oh. Where'd you go? There you are. Well, if they don't add an underwater race, then I hope they get larger breath and swim speed skills that I can invest in. Yeah, I don't know why they didn't add a water breathing brew back when they added all the brews and foods and stuff. I mean, it just like seems like a basic one, especially considering my base was built almost completely underwater. So I drowned a lot just trying to build my home. I was like, where's the water breathing brew? Of course, the same in turn for race to breath holds longer above water. I'd only watched your previous streams on YouTube. You're doing a great job. Oh, thank you. So I'm not sure. America? I think I missed whatever that was supposed to be. Okay, so maybe, just maybe, I can craft some augments now. Let's see here, it's compactor, go ahead. Ooh, that's another thing. They greatly optimized how smart stacks work now too, so. Let's see, I think that's all the important stuff. Let's go over to my crafter. Avail's asking me, Javita, do you know the altitude to get gold? Basically, if you go looking for diamonds, you'll find gold, but you can find gold probably, what, elevation maybe 10 up to 20-ish, 30-ish, somewhere around in there. Certainly, I see little reason to go mining for gold any higher than where you would find other things like not compacted. Yeah, it'd be awesome if you go mining for compacted coal, but hard coal and diamonds, titanium, things like that. But certainly you could go deliberately looking for gold, I suppose, and in areas where you wouldn't find those other resources. I see a little reason to do that. Oh yeah. So undoubtedly, I think the damage augment, it requires the viscous blood. So let's grab some of that. There's viscous, more viscous. Here's some more, that should be plenty, theoretically. I also need, it's either rock or stone, it's probably stone. But, ooh, it's actually rock. That's interesting. Let's go ahead and throw that down there. Whoa, where's the rest of it? Okay. Yeah, America is the capital. Oh, okay. Since it's on Cepho America. Okay. Cephonex America. That's a mouthful. The city you're in was called United States of America. These were the ones with the giant cooked yam statue. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't look at the names of the settlements too terribly often. So rock. Ooh, I think most of my rock has been converted to stone. Surely I have some down here. Yeah, here's some of this. Get that up there. Here we go. There's all sorts of lovely, ugly tier 5 colors. You can swap that out. Okay, so should be able, very nice. Extra damage slingbow augment 3. And very nice, we have enough to, maybe even 2 mass crafts? Okay, so that's 100 augments at 125 each. So get my calculator. So 125 times, what did I say, 100. So very nice. That's 12,500 shots. Sweet. And these do, oh, they only do 400 extra damage? So it's just the bombs. The bombs get like double. Yeah. Okay, well still, 400 extra damage. That's enough to bypass pretty much all of the armor on just about, not everything, but most things. So very nice, not to mention 125 charges per augment, so very, very nice. And actually the projectile speed for bombs is really, really nice. It essentially turns your bombs into sling bows. It feels like you're shooting an explosive bolts crossbow or something. It's really nice. If you've seen my bomb augment video, you've already seen the handiwork of them. So, I mean, you do have to charge it up just a little bit, but just like half a second of holding the button down and it just soars like a rocket. So, I really hope we get glass. We can chisel eventually. I have been forced to go glassless since I can't get it to fit my current build. Yeah, that'd be interesting if you could chisel glass. It might kind of, I don't know. It would get kind of extreme on the borders, I feel, because every change in direction it would have to have a line, basically, since it's completely clear. Your guy changed. Yeah, I'm actually on a completely different character right now, so this is my crafter, and each account can have up to 10 characters. So here's a whole bunch of characters that I have. Most of these guys are just for testing random things, but kind of up here are my main characters. So I have my main character called Javita, that's like miner, hunter, chiseler, builder, whatever, my surface resource gatherer, and then my crafter right here. So, and if you wonder why I need different characters, is because each character can have up to 3 skill sets, and so you can specialize into things like mining, crafting, hunting, all sorts of things. So like there's a slingbow epic right here, which gives you 25% extra damage to slingbows, but you actually have to pick whether or not you want to specialize in the slingbows or bombs, because this is like an either or situation right here. But then there's also some up here where you can still have some extra damage for bombs while still taking this down here. So you can really like hyper focus in on one area or spread out and be more of a generalist. And it's generally a good idea to at least have like a dedicated crafter, maybe a gatherer, and probably a hunter, just so you don't die as much when you go out hunting for creatures and the associated loot that comes with that. So, pretty awesome. So somebody asked, do you know where to find spooky seeds and the new Halloween lanterns? Those will come off of the plants, which I assume they're talking about the surface resources. Somebody was asking, oh, does that mean the grass? And I would be really surprised if you get it from the grass, but grass is technically a plant, but I imagine it's going to be like the what are they called? Desert swords, twisted loba, the lotus plants, not really called lotus, but it's like Nox something or another. I can never remember what they're called. Here we go. What is that? Rosetta Nox. There we go. Maybe even Orshan staffs. Probably just about any plant will probably drop them, but we won't know until the 25th when it actually goes live. If you open up your exchange, you can see right here, October 25th through November 1st. So very nice. So that's the spooky seed, and there's some of the things you can craft. There's also this really cool pumpkin mask that I think you can only buy with qubits, which is a tad bit disappointing, but at the same time, I get it. It'd be kind of cool if there was some kind of wearable or something that you could craft, but it works. PvP is planned, but is not implemented currently, and there's no estimated time of arrival for it either. Like I said, it is planned, but they plan it as a completely optional feature, so you won't be like open world PvP, have to worry about people like stealing your stuff or killing you when you're just trying to go out and gather stuff. Certainly they could do maybe PvP planets, that idea has been thrown around a lot, or more like battleground styles like capture the flag on special maps. And actually I think it'd be really cool if players could make like capture the flag maps and submit them somehow, or even just make items like craftable items for setting up your own capture the flag course in like the real world. So you could like interact with an object to join a team and then have like a countdown and it starts and you just play capture the flag wherever you're at, or a specially designed base for capture the flag would be pretty amazing. I don't know how hard that would be to implement, but be pretty interesting. Javita, what would you think of having a potion/augment to repair hand tools? I mean, that would be really nice, but it would completely alter the entire in-game economy. Because then all of a sudden, the materials used to make tools are no longer the most valuable thing. The most valuable thing would then become the whatever it is used to repair the really insane tools. It would also really diminish the value of forging, because you just forge it once and then you just repair it over and over and over. So having a system for repair would be awesome, but it really changes the way the game works. Yeah, Elfie says like, wow, Battlegrounds, exactly. So. Yeah, Fox was saying I'd love for them to give us the ability to set up our own mini games, kind of like how people did in Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, people already play Spleef, and I don't think there's been a match here recently, but I heard, who was it? Mobius was working on setting up a Spleef arena, so. Gathering Epic? What's the question about Gathering Epic? There's a skill called the Gathering Epic right here that increases the drop chance from plants, boulders, and fungus, basically all surface resources, and allows you to pick them up as a placeable object if you use a shovel. So I guess I rattled off Gathering Epic at some point. Is that a cave? Oh, my base? It sort of is a cave. So I got to this planet at a really low level, and I couldn't really survive on the surface, so I literally just dug into the ground. And haven't really moved since. So eventually it's going to be a little bit more finished, but it's still very much cave-like. But this is my crafting area, and I have a bad habit of setting up all sorts of stuff. I was actually showing Semtex how to make these kind of floating diamond things using the chisel. So this is using a bevel chisel, and then this is the slope chisel over here. And basically they're made the same way, it's just they're different types of chisels, so they have different shapes. But here's kind of the leftover. I was doing a video on locks that somebody requested. I, of course, cannot remember the name at this moment. And then this is actually stuff left over from when they added the tables and chairs. And so I'm not very good at cleaning up after myself, apparently. Repairing could work if there's a cost on the tool, like reducing the stats on the tool or slowly reducing the durability for each repair. Yeah, if it was just a matter of slowing down the wear of the tool, that could work, but it would, you know, it'd be nice. Certainly once you get like a really nice forged piece of equipment, it'd be nice if you could do more than just eat a persisting pie to increase its longevity. So Trollmart said it would be great to see more variety of creatures about. They do have all sorts of concept art for additional creatures. They just haven't been implemented yet. So there's like hunters, block parasites, bashers, stone throwers, like worms that range from like maybe that size to the size of this entire room. Not to mention titans. There's also guardians, which are, well, guardians of the titans from my vague understanding. As well as, what, fish. Yeah, they have concept art for fish as well. Whether or not those ever actually make it into the game, you know, it could, you know, like fish or something could be scrapped, or maybe they'll rework the Guardians, because the Guardians basically look like robots. But depending on how the Titans are, see, we really don't know that much about Titans. So it might make sense for robots to be guarding Titans, or maybe they'll use something else instead, but... So control would increase the gathering distance. Yep, control increases the range at which you can interact with things as well as break blocks. What do you think of having items with a repair status with a limited number of repairs, like iron tools could be repaired 1 out of 1 time or something like that? So, I mean, certainly that could work. I think it would definitely have to be a limited feature to where you couldn't just like indefinitely repair a tool. I mean, you could still make a system based off of that where you could repair a tool indefinitely. It would just completely shake up how everything works currently, as far as like the economy and everything. Hey Javita, what is the skill for lot? Because I have to walk really to pick up things. Okay, like increase movement speed? I guess that's what... So that would just be agility. So you could pick up maximum agility here, and well, maximum agility would be 8 points into this plus the attribute bonus off to the side, because this gives you a little bit of everything. 5 points in this skill right here is the same as putting 1 point in all of these. So in order to get the max of any attribute, you need to pick up this off to the side. But agility increases movement speed. There, that was dexterity, that's agility. And it can be a pretty dramatic difference. I can hop over to my surface resource gatherer. And I don't think he has maximum agility, but he does have quite a bit of agility. So Tasku, maybe? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Saying, gotta hear Titans, I start thinking Shadow of Colossus, so yeah. So yeah, this is an example of having at least more agility. And this is what, yeah, it's only 5 points in agility, so I can go ahead and just max it out for science. So there we go. This is maximum agility and quite a bit faster. Let's see, can I think there was a bug at one point that you could actually like run into walls and things and take like impact damage, but seems to be working pretty good. And certainly I could probably, yeah, there we go, slam myself into a wall using a grapple. Uh-oh. But I wonder if they plan to do farming and tree growing eventually. I think it is planned. It's just no ETA on it. I know a lot of people, including myself, would love to see a farming system. And they, yeah, actually they do have intentions of doing it. It was for post-launch, which of course we're post-launch now, but they didn't want to just like rush into it and just put in like a rudimentary system without giving it the proper time and thought to really kind of flesh it out and make it a little bit more interesting than, oh, I got some seeds and slap it on the ground and walk away and later you come back to a plant, you know. So it's probably once they do get around to implementing, it'll be a little bit more interesting, or at least in depth than that. So So yeah, an agility brew, that would be pretty crazy to have max agility plus the speed brew. When they first added the speed potions, however, there is kind of like speed limits or caps. So I think even with max agility, it still increased speed a little bit, but not as dramatically as, say, you had 0 agility. So yeah. So there are certain, but then again, that was before the forge was even added, and now that you can forge extra speed on the tools, you can have crazy action speeds that previously were just not possible. So maybe those speed limits have been kind of eased or relaxed since then. Javita, do you remember or have the chords for the ice place with the kobolds? Oh, well, I did call it out at one point during the stream. What was it? Okay, so it was 1300 by 1000, or oh, it was 1500 by negative 1000, I think, or 1300. I don't know, it was somewhere around in there. But certainly if you go to America and just walk in any direction, you'll eventually find some. So Dave Fuchs, is it stuck? Is what stuck? Why do you still have that jet? Oh, that's because I don't like doing the tutorial. So I've never completed the tutorial on this character. This is my crafter, so I already did the tutorial on my main character. When I made this character, I just added him to the beacon and started crafting stuff. So, which is kind of interesting because this character does have a beacon set up over here just so I can switch skill specs on the fly as I need to without having to wait on the cooldown. But I guess I didn't craft some basic beacon fuel, so it's kind of stuck up there. No, sorry, what I meant to say is that what is the pickup thing, because I have to walk really close to... Oh, that's the loot magnet boon. So you can basically throw any tool into a forge, use the special gum, and that will target things like the AoE boon as well as the loot attraction boon. And that will allow you to auto-harvest meteors, corpses, as well as pick up items from farther away. So, let's see here. That's already forged. Here we go. So, oh, this is my... This isn't my crafter, this is my surface resource gatherer. Same difference, really. Don't like completing tutorials, so... Zilpa, yeah, Zilpa. So somebody actually just asked that a little while ago. On the 25th, you'll be able to get them from plants. That's, I think, literally what they said is plants. I would assume that would be surface resources, but somebody was asking if that included grass. I would be surprised if it includes grass, but grass is technically a plant, so yeah, this is the forge. We got our axe here. We're going to use our special gum, probably 3 or 4 special gums. And I found the little trick is that you can just start this and then it's already applied, so you can actually kind of skip the animation a little bit. But it's a little bit confusing when you do that, because it's like, wait a second, what's changed? What's changed? But I can use this draining boon compound. It's a little bit overpowered for what we're doing here, but go ahead and watch this. So this bar fills up, the little slider is going to go up and down. The higher the bar or the slider lands, the more of this yellow bar gets pushed in, and the more these boons over here get powered up. So this is what you want right here, the magnetic collector boon. And if you look down there in the description, it says 2 meters farther away. And I believe the max for this is 6 meters, plus the tool naturally has 2 meters. So a total of 8 meters altogether. So you can just kind of spam this stuff, and we'll probably get the AoE boon since they're both special boons, and we're using the special gum, so amusingly we get the energy saver boon. That's, well, amusing. Oh, no problem, Bray. Spooky. So Dave Flukes is saying, okay, we should add a skip button then. Yeah, maybe not a skip button, but like a fast forward button. Because there's sometimes it's like, okay, wait for the animation to go through, and you know, sometimes it's nice to see the animation to see what's going on. It helps you understand, but once you kind of know what's going to happen, you just like hurry up and get it done, especially if you're rolling for all three of these all at once. Or, well, not all at once, but it, you know, it does what, the defects and then the quirks, or maybe it's quirks then defects then boons. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it gets a little old after a while. But wow, so we're getting everything but. So yeah, we go ahead and skip that. Skip it again. It does not want to increase this magnetic boon. That's hilarious. There we go. Now we got rank 2. And still nothing. We're getting this AoE boon leveled up at least. So we're up to the cross pattern where it hits 5 blocks in a cross pattern. And oh, that's probably, I'm missing the fate pace. That would make this go faster, but it's just an example. Still rank 2. Oh, we got some more points into it. And that's going to be the end of our vigor. Oh, nice! The last possible second we got it up to rank 3. So now we have the highest level magnetic collector. So now we can use our setting resin and activate. Okay, so we got a Centriforge question, but Centriforge question, comma, but does the Vigor Catalyst work with the draining compound, boon compound, since the draining applies a debuff for 5 rounds and the catalyst gives 50 vigor per round debuff? So yes, the draining, the debuff from the draining boon compound does work with the Vigor Catalyst, at least last time I checked. Which is why I'm using it right there, and I have the Vigor Catalyst and all of these other things. Basically, the Vigor Catalyst is going to eat anything. I guess I have to put a tool in there. It's going to eat anything that pops up here. So it's going to eat the gums, it's going to eat these protection paste, and it's going to eat the debuffs from the draining boon compound. It's really handy for not only getting vigor back, but also just wiping the board clean so you can put a different gum on to focus fire a different boon. So it's a pretty potent way to forge things. However, it takes like hopper core trophies, so it's also a very expensive way to forge things. So you can make some insane tools, but the balance is that it's rather expensive to do so. Javita, what future content that you have heard about from the developers are you most excited for? That is a good question. I mean, I don't know what's coming next, if that's what you're asking, but certainly, I mean, I'm really looking forward to farming, that other word that starts with an F. But yeah, farming, I would love just about any kind of farming system. Titans are pretty darn exciting. The tier 7 and 8 worlds, that would be really awesome to get my hands on those, because those theoretically have the special materials, so like dark matter, rift, blink, and the like. So those will be some pretty insane tools, and it'll be interesting to see how hard those things are to forge, because already, like, was it topaz and maybe amethyst, it's, as far as I'm aware of, impossible to get 100% effectiveness. There, that thing right there. It's like, where did effectiveness go? So yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, I'm happy to see any and all additional features, changes, balance, fixes. Some of my favorites, I keep saying this, are just the quality of life features. Like just being able, like right now, if I wanted to shoot my grapple, I would actually connect with something. Wow, I can connect. What am I hitting way over there? That's just insane. So yeah, I mean, that's got to be one of my all-time favorite things just right there. I mean, it's like grapples are amazing, but to be able to know without a shadow of a doubt that you're actually going to connect with something is just invaluable. So it's hard to say what would be the number one most anticipated anything really. So let's see here. Oh wow, I think I got a little. Oh, okay, there's some text. You should do a Forge tools giveaway for all the ones live here, like me. So yeah, I don't have enough materials to do that. That would take a couple of weeks of farming to be able to accomplish that. What, we have 62 viewers at the moment, so that is a lot of materials. I might have 62 iron tools laying around. I mean, can you fast? You can fast forward by escape out and go back in once it starts to. Yeah, isn't that what I just showed? Is there a skill for picking up things from a far distance? There's no skill for it. It's only in the form of a boon. Yeah, animations are way too long. Fun fact, they've actually sped up the animations at least once already that I know of. I don't remember what release that was. It might have been shortly after launch. Or it could have been just before. I can't quite remember. Make it skippable, please. I hate sitting there 3 minutes just for animations. The seeds already show in the knowledge menu. It also shows from what plants it drops. Oh, very nice. Let's check that out. Worlds, locations. Yeah, worlds. This character doesn't know anything, but surface resources, spooky seed. There we go. And it's in the knowledge. What would that be under? Augments, forage ingredients, brews, food, decorations, resources, probably. Probably went a little too far. Ah, here's some. Maybe? No? Maybe? Oh, maybe under special or something? Yeah, this is where a search. Oh, yep, seasonal objects, spooky seed. So trumpet root, Rosetta Knox. Oh wow, Ocean staff. Okay, so well, Rosetta Knox you can find on tier 3 planets. Trumpet roots, I think you can find those on tier 4 planets. I don't think they're on tier 3 planets. Excuse me. It's time for a drink of water, so very interesting. He's holding out on us, guys. Let's see here. So at Javita, in your tanking video, you talk about maxing out resistances. In your DPS build, you talk about maxing out armor. Where the skills changed in between those videos. So at least in early access, armor just by itself was a little bit more potent, but I found it more helpful to have armor rather than the resistances, just because it was, like 5 points to invest into armor, and that shaved off most of the really damaging hits, or actually the lesser hits you would just be immune to. But no real change in between those videos. It's just the tank. Back then, when you had aggro on everything. So having max resistances was much more important than having max armor, because if you had max resistances, then you dodged everything and you really didn't need the armor. Let's see here. So yeah, the seeds already show in the menu, so I'm caught up there. Not sure if this was answered already, but how many charges do you get on bomb augments? You get 30 charges per bomb augment, which that is, what, 1/6 of a bomb, basically? So that's pretty decent. He's holding out on us, guys. I'm still not sure what he means by that. He's not quite that rich, guys. Okay. Somebody commenting on how much money I have or something? I don't know. Probably missed something. Some new bugs in this new update. Okay. Game's only been out for a month since release, right? It's been out since September 11th. So, yeah, about a month. Well, a little over. Month and a week. Okay, so Touch asks, what is the new thing about chisels? From my understanding, before, if you tried to chisel a lock, it would hit the block behind the lock. So, I don't have a chisel. Where's a chisel? Here's a chisel. So they were talking about something about like ray tracing, which I don't fully understand, but basically I think that just means it's going to properly collide with the lock instead of the block behind. So now you can rotate locks, and then they hinted that there's some new block that's coming that will also benefit from this system. So nothing too exciting there other than, ooh, what's the new block? Somebody was speculating maybe it's the new stuff like Blink, Dark Matter, and Rift, but it seems like it would be something else that's kind of like a lock that's, it's a sub-block, and I guess this one, yeah, it doesn't have any collision. So it could be like maybe the lanterns and the new Halloween stuff, or stuff. Who knows? So John Martin said, been enjoying content, Javita. Hope your channel grows as the game does. Yeah, me too. I mean, it's certainly exploded. What, I like tripled my subscribers just from the game releasing, so that's been pretty awesome. Yeah, I was right at the bottom of the resources, all the way down. I feel like I find Rosetta Knox on 1 and 2 also, so yeah, you do. The rich comment was about you being able to give everyone forged gem tools for free. Yeah, I'm not that rich. And yeah, first crashed since the new pass. I guess it was still, I guess there's still a little work to do. So Chindao, are you on PS4 or PC? I mean, I haven't had any stability issues on testing or PC, but then again, I haven't been able to play as much as I normally get to play just because I'm literally in the middle of a move right now. So, ooh, James Austin, you have a lot of viewers, 45 gem forge tools, that would be a lot. Oh yeah. So, Avail Javita, do you know a good spot for glowing lamella? Sometimes it takes me a full 4 hours to get like, what, 4? So, I mean, you could just watch my, what, Shimmering Orb video, and that will get you glowing lamella as well. But let's take a look here. So at least when I made that video, Cardass and Bezoverona were at least attractive looking planets for the glowing fungus. But as I learned today, that information does update. And so as there's more of other resources or there's less of that resource, the density changes a little bit. But let's just go ahead and look at, where'd it go? Iron, cobalt, saltpeter. Oh, nope, that's Cardass, Feminorum, Delta, Altinus. Altinus might actually, well, no, there's more ice there. Did I lose my, oh, it's the purple one. Oh, you drag that down, put a shimmering orb, and let's see. So yeah, that looks about the same. So unfortunately, the glow caps, they're really spread out, but Bezoverona usually seems to be about the best. But let's take a look at Cardass, because that seemed to be a pretty decent backup, at least when I made that video. Here we go. Let's put in, oh, I guess I have to eject it. Where's my X button? There we go. So I don't have as good of knowledge of this plant, but it looks like a pretty similar distribution. And Serpent Serendi I know has some, but it's more desert-like. It's probably not that great. Probably what has a diamond in it, maybe? No? Altinus. There we go. What's in there? Yeah, rough diamond. Oh yeah, it is kind of purpley, isn't it? Where'd my orb go? Nope. Shimmering orb, there we go. And well, you know, it's not horrible. It's in more pockets on this planet, so. But the nice thing about this is each one of those hotspots, that will lead you to an individual glow cap. So you can literally just go from hotspot to hotspot. The one thing, like, head primarily in one direction, so like head south and maybe deviate east and west. But you can, if you just follow the atlas blindly, you can end up going around in circles, which I found out the hard way, naturally. So Raven something or another. Hello, Javita. How's it going? Javita, okay, so yeah, there's the glowing lamella at Javita. How likely are you to do more tutorials? What? How likely am I to do more tutorials? I think I'm highly likely to do more tutorials. I find it hard to find reliable information on the best places to find most resources, and can you explain the altitudes to find all the gems? Okay. So yeah, there is a chart, as James pointed out, and I believe, where is it? On the Boundless Discord, probably? So, oh, you all can't actually see that. Desktop. There we go. So Boundless Discord questions, pinned messages. No, that's portal information. Let's see here. It has, here we go. So gem locations in 1.0. This is at least generally the information that I use. So he says he farms sapphires between 100 and 125. Wow, I can't read apparently. Topaz 120 to 140. Actually on Cardass, 150 I found to be really productive. I think it depends more on the height of the mountain. So previously, like, was it Altinus where you could find topaz? The mountains just weren't high enough, so you can find topaz a little bit higher than that. Diamonds 0 to 20, emerald 0 to 20, amethyst 0 to 20, and rubies are kind of the oddball. They're found a little bit higher up, 10 to 20. So there you go. What about PS4 players? Elfie. Is there more about that? I mean, there's PS4 players. What about them? I mean, I don't mean to sound whatever I'm probably sounding like, but where's the context? Let's see if there's another message from Elfie that maybe I missed. Did I ever? Oh yeah, I did make some. It's like, first part of the stream, let's make some augments, and then finally realized if, you know, it's like, did I ever actually make any augments? Oh wow, so got an hour and a half to go. And yeah, there's still... Okay, so those are going to take a while. So Avail is asking, is there a way to get your chords on screen all the time? That would be helpful. So Avail, do you play on PS4 or PC? Because if you play on PC, you can open up the debugging menu, and just right down here at the bottom of the screen, you can see I have my altitude right there, my north and east coordinate, and it's pretty invaluable. Sadly, for PS4, there's no way to do that I am aware of, unless maybe you're a developer. Oh, Elfie says he can't access Discord. Okay. Well, smartphone, computer. Yeah, it would be really nice if PS4 had like a Discord app or something. Um, so, Atchivita, do you think Slimbows or fists are better for killing mobs on tier 5 and tier 6 planets? So that's subjective. I mean, I guess you are asking my opinion. So, I don't know. They each have their pros and cons. So sling bows are generally going to have longer range. The fist weapons shorter range but higher damage. So on the tier 5, tier 5 and 6 planets. So generally, the farther you can be from your target and still hit them reliably, the better. So getting up close to things opens you up to harm, and it's certainly harder to stay alive on those planets. So probably for survival reasons, I would go with sling bows, but for pure damage, you probably can get a fist to do more damage. But some of those sling bows that are like, somebody was saying they forged a perfect 400 sling bow, which I can't even imagine. That's just mind-boggling. But I think it was like attack speed, damage, and I'm not sure what he said the other one was. Oh, critical strike, effect or chance. It was something to do with critical strikes. But it was 10 on all 4 or 3 of those buffs. Yeah, it'd be awesome to have 4 boons on an item, but yeah, as far as getting that information, I mean, I don't know what you're watching on currently, but if you can take a screenshot of this information right here, let's see here. Yeah, that's just the link. Yep. So here we go. Here is the... So if you can't access Discord, maybe you can access the link for the Boundless forums. And there's all the information right there. So try it on my phone, it won't work. Huh. Yeah, Discord should work on your phone, unless, I don't know, for some reason it's incompatible. Another thing I can do is why not just copy and paste the text directly, and then you can do with it what you like. And it looks like I have a notification. Oh, somebody liked something I had to say, I guess. In Dragon the Ninja. Okay. Let's do that. There we go. I just realized I farmed Sapphire between, yeah, it looks like I'm saying I literally do that, even though it's Gorilla Stomp's words, not mine. Not sure, but I think I found a bug where the revive augment, the mass craft for them is 45 rather than 50. I did paste the link, didn't I? I don't know, did you, James? I didn't see it. It might have gotten filtered out or something, who knows. I don't see any links anywhere, though. Yeah, it didn't show up, at least in my chat list. So, not sure. I thought there were settings to prevent people from pasting links, but then in the past, other people have posted links, so I don't know. And oh yeah, so I don't think that's a bug. I mean, I guess it could be unintentional, but yeah, the mass craft is 45, which kind of breaks away from the trend, I guess, because usually, I mean, it goes 3, 15, 45, and that goes, yeah, 1, 5, 25. So, I mean, there's nothing really, let's see here, we got 1, 10, and then 50. So that's probably, I don't think that's really a mistake. It's just the way they did it. But certainly James could tell you probably a little bit better than I could. I saw the link, but you posted it on Twitch, so it may not show on YouTube. Patch notes also said increase the amount created when crafting. So yeah, originally you made like one revive augment at a time. So now you craft 3 at a time, 15 at a time, and I'm not sure what the previous numbers were though. So if previously you could craft 50 of these at a time, then that might be an issue. What are the numbers for warp augments? See, warp augments, you can only do 25 at a time. So it goes 1, 2, 25. So the 1, 3, 45 certainly is better. What world am I on? I am on Betulia, as you can see right here on the compass. It's a tier 3 world on the US East servers. Oh, that's a good idea. Make James a mod on my YouTube channel. I'll have to figure out how to do that. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll just have to mess with that later. Okay, so they lowered the mass craft but upped single and bulk craft? I mean, I guess. I honestly don't remember what the mass craft number was before they upped it because, I don't know, I've never crafted one. Maybe I should craft some. Let's see here, it takes silver alloy, I know that much, and I'm on the wrong character, so let's head over to Zilpa. Thanks for the debug menu tip. I noticed it before in your videos, but couldn't quite figure out how until now. Lifesaver, man. Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the debugging menu, you can hit F1 at any time if you're on PC, and then open up the debugging information, and then it's just a matter of resizing this window. But all of the information is up at the top right here, so you can just kind of scroll down just so. Make it nice and small and put it wherever you want. It does have a tendency to like get really long, so it needs to be kind of wide, but it just seems to fit perfectly underneath my health bar. So also just having it in the top whatever corner works pretty well too. Hey Javita, is there a way of checking for certain people if they are online without being friends with them? Again, if you have access to the debugging menu, you can at least check and see the players that are on the planet. I have to remember, I oftentimes forget how to find this information. So, here we go. So you scroll down to game state, and then there's a little drop down for players, and you can see everybody that's connected to that server. So if you're trying to hunt somebody down, you could, I guess, go from planet to planet until you finally found the player you're looking for, or I guess don't find them. So that's kind of interesting. It actually tells you like has connection. So that might literally be players like sitting in the sanctum. They're not actually in the world, but they're connected to it, and therefore have reserved a spot on that server, at least until somebody else tries to come in and the server is full and then kicks them off. Because yeah, okay, we got 16 players, 41 connections. So that must be. So darn, you can't even hide in the sanctum anymore? What's the world coming to? Okay. Yeah, a bit fiddly, but nicely placed at the bottom indeed. Hey Javita, is there way? Okay. Click on the 3 dots next to his name on YouTube and the ability to. Okay. And so that's how I add them as a mod. Farming silver or gold, would you go as low as possible, or found in similar quantities at any height? So gold and silver definitely do have preferred heights. Silver is going to be a little bit higher, gold is going to be a little bit deeper, And basically for gold, I just go mining for diamonds, as I say over and over and over. Silver, you do have to go a little bit higher, but if you go mining for amethyst at around 15 to 20, you'll find quite a bit of silver at the same time as you find amethyst. But for amethyst, you can also go down to elevation like 6 and find a bunch of amethyst there, but you just won't find the silver as well. So kind of a trade-off. Do you want more gems or do you want more silver? But you could also go to somewhere like Till or any metal planet, and you should be able to find silver in the caves and in solid rock. It's just maybe not as dense as it will be on the tier 6 planets. Ovis Gaming James. Okay. I'm lost. Justin equals James. Oh, so there is a Justin, and then there's James Austin, which he is like the main dev, from my understanding. And so there we go. Yeah, Justin Adams. So a little bit confusing. Okay, yeah. So James. Oh, Justin Adams. Okay. Yeah, Justin Adams. When you look at a portal, it goes from cloudy to visible. That's a connection to that server. So am I getting, I mean, that was James earlier, wasn't it? Or was I just misreading? Maybe I just messed up. Justin. Too many J names, I guess. Which is amusing because I have a J name as well, so. Yeah, I guess that was Justin Adams, and so I thought I misread it as James Austin. Oops. I was just thinking Javita was mad. Yeah, I am a little mad, so. /wave. Okay, so what do we want to do now? Oh, I was going to make some revive augments. Let's grab some silver. That was not the face I meant to send at all. And that's the workbench. We need the compactor. Oh, nice. So yeah, Masscraft only takes 33 silver, 11 vital orbs, and a little bit of spark. That is not bad at all. Let's go ahead and do 2 of those. And Simtex was actually telling me that you can use the cleansing bombs to remove the cooldown on reviving players. So you could literally like blow yourself up with a cleansing bomb to remove the cooldown and then immediately resurrect another player. So that's a pretty awesome little tidbit right there. What would you charge to forge a set of hammers if I bring you the hammers? Good question. So your good question. Yeah, the question is do I even have materials to do the forging? Okay, so I have some draining boon compound, some vigor catalyst. Let's go ahead and cancel that. We got stuff, just not a whole lot of stuff. I don't know. I have a hard time keeping up with my own forging needs without forging for everybody else as well. So, yeah, it'd be helpful to know the prices for all of this stuff. What's level of forging? So have you seen much on the issue people are running into of people plotting out large sections of land next to people and doing nothing with it? Well, I mean, I have no doubt that that's happening, but I haven't personally run into that issue a whole lot. So I've certainly gone mining a couple of times and ran into, I guess, areas where people were plotting areas underground to, I guess, reserve the resources for themselves or something. But let's see here. I have a lot of rock from gem mining. What should I do with it? Craft it into stone to power level your alts, preferably with the teaching food. Is there a configuration to let players use your Centriforge and only that with no items or anything? So what you could do to accomplish that, if you wanted to rent your machines, essentially, you could put them on a separate beacon and then just don't put anything in there and they have to use their own items. But you can give... Oh, I'm on the wrong character. It's the engineer... It's the worker permission that will allow them to use machines, but they can't actually remove said machines. So you can give them the worker status permission, and then they could use the Centriforge and just don't leave any of your stuff in the Centriforge. And then they can use their own items. Let's talk gaming, checking in before streaming some myself. Oh, awesome for coming in and hanging out. Evening, everyone. Mike, Tracy, I had people destroy my main build simply because I passed them in points, and yes, I trusted enough to have given permission, so watch out on doing that for anyone you don't really know. Yeah, my general policy is I don't give permissions out to anybody that I don't know where they sleep at night and can easily get to them. So this particular build is shared only with Kippy, and that's because I know where she sleeps. Not that she would take any of my stuff, and I don't at least take any of her stuff without asking, but we do kind of share a few things back and forth. That's messed up, Atmill. I wish someone made a public place like that to use those machines because lots of new players can't make power coils. Yeah, that is a novel concept. To be able to, it would be nice if there was some way you could set up to like rent access to some crafting facilities for a limited amount of time, which I don't know, I guess limited amount of time isn't really ideal because then how would they get their items back? So yeah, that is basically the problem with having a common crafting area is since things take time to craft, you can't get your stuff out immediately, which means you have to remember to come back and get it, and hopefully before somebody else runs off with it. So there's quite a bit of trust that goes into trying to set up something like that, not to mention it's a completely manual process to give people permissions to the crafting areas. But I guess you could, for a fee in coins, give one person at a time access to one machine, and then once they clear out their stuff, then you could rent it to somebody else. But you would need a lot of beacons with a lot of beacon fuel and a lot of machines to be able to accommodate that. But it's possible. Okay. Who wants to sell me an AoE hammer on credit? Laugh out loud. I need to power level. I don't know. I'm having a hard time keeping up with stuff myself, so. Doesn't sound good waiting 50 minutes for 4 random people waiting to ninja click it. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, you could do it with a trusted group of players, but I mean, the Portal Seekers, they had all of their machines and coils stolen by somebody. Like, it was literally the first coils they had made, and then somebody just walked off with all of it. So, but that has more to do with the wrong permission being awarded to people. So it was unfortunate, but it happened. Yep, stolen. But luckily, they had all the resources to make them all over again, so it didn't slow them down. But somebody did make off like a bandit. So someone talked about leveling up new alts by mass crafting, and I have a tip about it. Yep. Basically, craft up a whole bunch of rock using masscraft and eat a teaching food and log out. The teaching food, the duration doesn't decay while you're in the sanctum, so you can either just sit in sanctum or just come back a few hours later, or however long it takes to craft the stuff, and you come back to ridiculous amounts of experience. The trick is you have to have massive amounts of rock. So you could either buy it, use an AoE tool to gather a whole bunch of it, but that's actually how I leveled up my surface gatherer, is by just going out, I used the AoE hammer to get a bunch of rock on a tier 1 planet, and then just had my surface gatherer craft all of that into stone. Using, I think, a teaching loaf at the time, and worked pretty darn good. Certainly there's lots of other little tricks that are kind of not the funnest experience, but they do work. At Javita talking about walking off with things, do you see in the next week or two, when the fuels run out, that scavenging will be a thing? Well, scavenging is already a thing. Is there some massive burnout coming that I'm not aware of? I mean, I guess like the very beginning players, maybe they came in, fueled for a month, and never came back or something. I guess there could be, I mean, there's going to be, I mean, if those players, they're not going to have that really any valuable stuff. So, but that happened in early access when they very first added beacon fuel and timers and stuff like that. There was like a massive burnout of beacons, and there was some rampant looting, but at the same time, it was all going to regenerate. So it was hard to look down on those that were doing it. I certainly went around and found quite a few builds with a lot of stuff in them, and it's like, well, take it or kiss it goodbye. So how many hammers did I go through? I was using titanium hammers at the time and went through quite a few. So so Trifor said, do you think they'll ever upgrade the level cap from 50 to 75? I suppose if they do like an expansion, that would be an ideal time to increase the level cap, but that would also require a complete rework of the skill tree, so they would probably also add a bunch of new skills, kind of like the early expansions to World of Warcraft. So it's an option. I have no clue if they'll actually do that. It's certainly a possibility, though. Probably a good ways off, though, because they're just working on basic balance right now and adding in the core features of the game, or not really core, but maybe more of the in-game stuff like farming, titans, etc. Oh, yeah, all the PS4 players that jumped on and left 4 days later. So, yeah, I mean, they're gonna their beacons, I guess, will run out soon, but what? You're going to get a beacon control, some crafting tables, maybe some stone furnaces, rock, and some random ore. I mean, you would literally be better off just going and farming that stuff directly than trying to harvest or scavenge off of their builds if they literally only stayed for 4 days. If they stayed longer, it's debatable. So I feel like I'm just sitting here doing nothing, and I kinda... Oh, okay, so like the ones we won for finding you. Excuse me. Yeah, those are kind of tricky to craft. I know plenty of PS4 players that play all day long still. Hey, I'm still here on PS4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's all sorts of PS4 players still around. It's just, I guess a lot of people were like, tried it and then wasn't their cup of tea and left, which, I mean, that's any game really. Okay. Playing on PS4 myself, and it's never not worked on PS4. Okay, yeah, I would expect it to be pretty stable on consistent hardware like that. Okay. There's a new auto sort feature? What? Oh, you're talking about like with the quick moving and smart stacks? Yeah, that's really nice. I felt kind of bad talking about it, but it was already being reclaimed. Oh, regenerated. Okay, so I guess you found somebody that was the beacon had expired. Hey Javita, are excited for the Red Dead Redemption 2? I have to look into that. I actually, I kind of have blinders on when it comes to other games, so. How many hours have I put into this game? Let's see here. 3,131 hours total. That, of course, also includes early access. So. Oh, are you talking to Simtex? Yeah, I don't know what's supposed to be directed towards me and then other viewers, so. I never even used the bomb mining thing on PS4, just didn't even know how to take advantage of that. You just didn't even know how to take advantage of that, okay. Yeah, bomb mining doesn't come very naturally unless you just already know about it, and which is why I made so many videos about it. It's like, you know, like here's this awesome feature that's totally obvious, and take advantage of it while you can, basically. At Javita, how's the moving going in real life? So my desk or office, whatever, is still at the old house, but then everything else is at the new house. So it's been pretty interesting. Like, oh, I need to go use my computer, go to a different house. Oh, I need to go eat, go to the other house. But it's coming along pretty good. I think after this live stream, we'll try to get the internet switched over to the new house, and then I can move my desk over, and hopefully next week's videos will go a little bit smoother than this week's videos, but I still managed to juggle everything. So let's hear what tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a video on surface resources and the gathering epic and luck, and kind of taking a look at how all of that works. And then Friday is going to be a crash course on locks, which is what all of this junk is about, or at least some of it. And so yeah, maybe not the most exciting stuff. And of course, I already did the video on the elements. So that was what, yesterday? How does one find a community to join? I don't know. I'm a hermit. I hide out in the middle of nowhere, with the exception of my portal, but you could certainly find like a portal hub and go exploring around and just kind of start talking to people until you find some people you like, and maybe set up a settlement with them or join a settlement. And what is going on with this guy? This is new. Oh, he's got vital orbs. That's interesting. He's using his vital orbs as, like, I guess, decoration. And yeah, I do have a sling bell in this character. Let's see here. Is it locked? No? Interesting setup. Owned by Nilo? Nilo? I guess. Huh. Okay. Blood Raven 60, or not 65, 56. Hello, Javita and everyone in chat. How's it going, Raven? I'm currently totally happy. Am on Surf and Serenity. I was gathering thorns and dug up a bit into the deep, and then an AoE farmer came along, and I am just collecting huge amounts of stone behind him. Oh, like he came and tore up all of the land around you. That's a little unfortunate. I use the same decoration but with gleam. So to do a good mining as a PS4 player, you need a community that is willing to go neck and neck with PC players for spots and mining. I wouldn't really recommend bomb mining in general. I don't know. I've heard people using like the lower AoE bombs and still bomb mining, and you just kind of pick out what's left in the walls. Some people are saying you could still get like 70 to 80 gems per hour doing that, or diamonds at least. But certainly if you can forge AoE hammers of a decent quality, that's kind of the way to go. But then again, forging is not an easy undertaking, just, you know, the sheer materials required. But there's really no reason why you have to make a distinction between PC and PS4 players. Everybody plays in the same universe. Everybody can talk via chat. I guess the main thing is if you feel alienated by not having Discord, which certainly you could get Discord on your phone, laptop, PC. I guess it's not as convenient as having it on the PC you're playing it on or the PS4 that you're playing on. But I mean, if you're looking for a cool community, Portal Seekers is pretty awesome. They're a really helpful bunch of players. They run at least one of the major Portal networks in Boundless, and just have like a short little application process, and really they kind of let anybody in. There's not like they're going to look down their nose like, oh, you're not far along in the progression tree. They don't look at applications like that. I chisel mine all the time. Sorry, I'm just kind of taking some time to read the comments silently, so if you're wondering what I'm doing. Okay, so I did testing with somebody. I used a diamond 3x3 hammer. He used a titanium bombs. The hammer got 211 diamonds. The bombs got 203 diamonds in 2 hours. So let's see here. So yeah, diamond hammer. So I'm kind of surprised he only got that many diamonds. But it also depends on, like, if you don't get a bunch of extra damage on that forged diamond hammer, then you can end up like either 2, 3 shotting the rock, which of course slows you down. But if you have a really nice one, you can just like one shot and just barrel through the rock. So it also depends on your hotspot, because Surf and Serenity is pretty darn chewed up a lot of the times. At least the last several times I went mining, I just couldn't really find a great spot that wasn't already chewed up. So the reason there is a PC or PS4 and PC camp is that PC users were bomb mining 4 weeks ahead of PS4 release and swim in gyms while PS4 launched a week after and got nerf kind off. So there's a huge gap. So yeah, I can appreciate that. Yeah, but titanium bombs, yeah, they are a lot cheaper, especially now that they have double durability. Syntax is saying, yeah, the Portal Seekers are a bunch of cool players, but a little bit biased because he himself is a Portal Seeker, as myself as well. I was actually recently promoted to, I guess, Elder, which is kind of like one of the leaders, which really kind of feels ceremonial because I help maintain the Portal network as I can, but I'm not able to really commit myself to much more than that. So at Javita, if anybody wants some coin with a little in-game effort, Portal Seekers has a community pixel art competition, 12 million coin prize pool with top 30 getting payouts. So yeah, there you go. If you need some coins and you don't mind building some 2D art or pixel art, then yeah, 12 million coins are up for grabs. And let's see here, there's a Boundless post for that somewhere. See if I can find that. 12 mil. So yeah, here is the link to the forum post for that. So you can apply, I think you The competition runs from now until November 19th. Entries will be accepted up to November 12th. Judges will then have until November 26th to complete their judging. So you basically have now until November 19th and to actually do it, and you can join no later than November 12th. So, and yeah, even if you're like in 11th through 30, you know, if you're 11 to 30 as far as rank in the competition, you still get 200,000 coins. So even if you don't do very well, you still stand to gain quite a nice chunk of change there. Let's see here. Augments are still crafting. Let's do something. What do we want to do? I guess we can go work on some building, unless you all have something you would rather see. So I'm certainly open to suggestions if you want to see how to gather something in particular or have a question on how something works. Otherwise, you can try to chisel some interesting stuff on my shop, or maybe even work on the Portal Seeker hub or something. Yeah, M1 Fixer, if anybody wants to check out the builds, look for the signs on the Portal Seekers Hub in Gravitas Tay, follow the signs, and you will see some art. Excuse me, art. Best way to get spitter eyes, anyone? Well, go kill spitters. Not character select. I'm trying to switch my skill set and hitting every single wrong button imaginable. Luck and asteroids. So yeah, that would work. Yeah, the what am I trying to say? The least painful way or the easiest way, join a community hunt and yeah, done deal. The community hunts are usually on like a tier 4 planet, and there's going to be all kinds of spitters, and just focus on gathering the loot from the spitters if the eyeballs are the main thing you're after. Let's see here, just see if I can remember. I never did clean out my inventory, did I? So let's see here. John Martin, I'm currently well set up on my base on a level 3 planet, metal planet, and looking to progress onto further materials from silver and gold. Would a good idea be to work on atmospheric resistances? So definitely to go to the higher level worlds, you're going to need it. And for the time being, you could kind of like just put a few points in and then move them around as needed, depending on how many cleanse points you have available. But certainly going to the tier 5 planets are probably going to give you the biggest boost in progression, just because you can start getting titanium, gold, and diamonds in a decent quantities. So, oh, wrong place. Let's see here, that's South America. We can put this off to the side over here somewhere. Let's get rid of this flint. Cobalt fragments. So yeah, my kind of system that's really not a system is everything plant and rock here, and then all of the animal stuff over here. And then I just kind of look for the associated smart stack. But now that we have the intelligent quick move, I could actually like organize this stuff and not have to micromanage it so much. But for now, we can just kind of do whatever. Yeah, I can keep the chisels in case we go building or something. Don't need that. Tier 6 meteor hunting. Legendary Sec. Hey, thanks for all the videos, man. Boundless needs you. Needs more like you. Okay. Very nice. No problem. Not sure who this is, but... So at Javita, do you have a DPS character that can go to the high level worlds? How many hits are mobs in level 6? Is it worth farming there? So it depends on what you're after, really. So if you're after surface resources, I'd recommend just a stealth gatherer. But certainly if you're after creatures, then yeah, a DPS character or fighter is going to be the way to go. But I do have like a hunter spec that, let's see here, sling bows. I have a decent amount of, here we go, resistances and armor and stuff like that. Ooh, I'm missing impulse resistance. I must have cannibalized that for something else, along with the charging epic. The main thing I'm missing for hunting is I haven't really gotten around to forging some really nice sling bows. So that's kind of holding me back a little bit. I've certainly heard of other people with like a really high damage sling bow and the charging epic. They can just go around and one-shot things on tier 6 planets. Really? I went around in a circle? That's amusing. So here we go, Bori. So, I mean, we could go to a tier 6, but that's going to be a bit extreme. Let's see how easy it is to get eyeballs on a tier 5. I mean, I've never really paid attention to eyeballs, but there's never really been a huge need for them until they made the change that they made. And is there a creature? Looks like there's a creature. Oh, so we got a hopper, wild stock. Oh, nice. There's Puffs. Extreme view. Fine, I'll go to a tier 6. I don't care. Sort of. I just kind of figured if he was asking about spitter eyeballs and how to get them, he's probably not going to want to go to a tier 6 planet immediately, but why not? How about... yeah, Cardass is kind of nice. A little bit less extreme than Alcyon and a little bit less water than Shadow Tier. Oh, wow. The sounds are like muffled or something. That's weird. Roadrunner! What's going on with the sounds? That's strange. Oh, there we go. Now it's back. That was really weird. So just then Adam says, at Javita, I'm warden of the place you were at. Are you talking about on Serpent Serenity? Or the place you just left? Okay, yeah. So, cool. What's your endgame name? Or I guess I could just go look. Oh, somebody got defeated. I can't really read. Tweet? His name is Tweet. If I had my revive augments, I could go revive him, but they're still crafting. So we could try to do meteors, but we'd probably just get our butts handed to us. So probably just do some random creatures. Ooh, there's a hopper. Oh yeah, this character has the charging epic too. Ooh, so the sound just cut out again. That is a new issue. Which is weird because I still hear the atmospheric sounds. Oh, there it's back. Oh, maybe it has to do with the weather because there's supposed to be new sound effects for the rain and they're not actually playing at the moment. Yeah, I really can't hear the rain at all. That's probably what's going on. Let's see here. Is it... can't remember, is it toxin for shock or is it diamond? I think it's toxic. So Dane was saying was having a sound issue yesterday. The sound bug seems to be new. It kicks in several occasions. It kicks in several occasions, sadly. Had the same issue. I've reported it in the dev. So yeah, now we're hearing the rain properly. So who knows? It might be connected to the rain or it could be really anything. It's quite amusing. You go looking for spitters and then suddenly spitters are hard to find. Oh, here we go. We can head over to these mountains. Maybe they'll be a little bit better. Yeah, it could be stacking sound issues. Ooh, nice. Saltpeter. Except I have no... guess we don't need an atlas. That'd be interesting. Stick an eyeball in the atlas and track down spitters. Oh yeah, this character doesn't have any hammer skills. Like, that's awfully slow. Come on. So we got some creatures down below. Ooh, nice, a meteor. Or a dormant meteor, at least. 3 rough Wartstone. I guess we could do the... Wow, he's fast. Oh well. Here's a small one. Wow, look at all these roadrunners. Aw, he saw me. Oh wow, he survived the charge shot? Need some better sling bows. Ah, he saw me. Let's see, I don't want to wade out there. Ooh, nice Roadrunner trophy. I'll take that over Spitter Eye any day. Oh, I did? That's nice. I don't even know what Roadrunner eyes are really used for. Something forging, I'm sure, but... no, there's another Roadrunner. Where is he? So we can get these hoppers. Maybe we'll get a hopper core. Ooh, nice. Elite. Oh, yeah, there. Ooh, nice. He killed himself? Oh, okay. He must have been below. That's why I couldn't see him. So where are all the spitters? My goodness. So yeah, definitely, if you can get in a group, like a hunt group, that would be the way to get spitter eyeballs. Because going out and, I mean, you can go out and just randomly kill creatures, but as you can see, you don't always find what you're actually looking for. And no longer full up, so... What color is the gleam? It is that color. Like a turquoise or... And silk teal is what it's called. Get this. Here, we don't need the game state. There we go. There's the selection with the color. Cool thing is you can double click and it kind of hides this. And so you can leave it open, but hidden. So, little tidbit about the debugging menu. Oh, here we go. Spitters! Okay, you done moving now? Geronimo! I guess I could just let him drown. That would be the easy. Might not necessarily get experience, though. It's interesting trying to fight underwater. Actually, oh, this spec doesn't have control. I started to say I could just hit them with my totem. There we go, they're dead. Ooh, I'm actually about to drown. I don't think I got any eyeballs for that. Nope, just the one Roadrunner eyeball. Guess that was my one eyeball for the day. Ooh, very nice. X. Would be cool to have a camp here. Okay. I've never been to a level 6, but it looks very cool. Yeah, I really like the level 6 planets. Shadow Tier is pretty cool, although it does have a lot of water, and Cardass is actually kind of one of my favorites. I do really like Alkion, but it's so pink. It's just, everything is pink. Kind of gets a little annoying at times, but it's certainly a great place to farm anything that needs a desert to spawn, so... Actually, let's do this one. Oh wow, that's an elite spitter. Orange health bar. He might actually be kind of dangerous. Let's see if I can ambush this hopper. Oh, that's awesome. Was the elite spitter is gonna drown to death. Oh, nice. There's another elite shocking. See if I can just go ahead and tag him. So if I remember correctly, and they haven't changed anything, you have 30 seconds from the last time you hit a creature to when you still get experience. So if you've hit a creature in the last 30 seconds and they die, you'll get experience for the kill. So, of course, it's also based on your contributions, so there's that as well. The general idea behind the levels of the planets is, you know, the blocks get more HP and armor, the mobs get more HP and armor, and the terrain gets a little more extreme with each level. So on the hunting servers, the level 7 and 8 worlds were pretty darn bizarre. And at the time, the Sapphire grapple was the longest ranged grapple, and I was having difficulties getting around even with that grapple. I think it was like 50 meters at the time, and I was like, James, is there like a flying loaf or something you can give me so I can fly around? I can't like actually get around to show off the planets, and that's actually when he gave me permissions to fly, which was amazing. That wasn't exactly what I was going for, but it had the same end result, so it was pretty awesome to get the opportunity to do that, to make some videos, and got all sorts of really cool just kind of gliding, panning shots that I used for a long time. And it's actually how I made my intro that I'm using currently, which actually I have lots of intros and I used to cycle them in and out, but I've gotten a little lazy after launch just because, you know, it's extra time to customize the intro or outro for every single video. So I'll probably get back to doing that at some point. Dev hacks for the wind. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not really getting spitter items, but I am getting a lot of roadrunners, which makes me wish I was on my stealth gatherer. He would be even better at getting these roadrunners because he can like walk right up on them. This character is okay because he has the stealth epic. As you can see, I still have to be careful. A player can give permissions on a planet, question mark? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Christian says, good night, Javita in chat. Have a nice evening and keep up the cool videos, Javita. Oh, no problem. Thanks for dropping in. Excuse me. So yeah, the developer of the games, they released or opened up some special servers to show off. It certainly wasn't these planets, but it was planets like the release planets, and they were showing off what they were working on as far as world generation, as well as they wanted to give some footage of some really epic hunting for their new video. And so they brought some special servers online to show off the new planets, do the hunting, and in order to facilitate making videos, the dev gave me permission to fly on the server. So I think that's what you're maybe misunderstanding or talking about, or okay, so we got a creature. Okay, another Roadrunner. And that's the only creature I see on the compass. Oh, he's got extra health. But that also means he's more likely to drop trophies, so not necessarily a bad thing. Oh, he's not going to stop running, is he? Yoing. Oh, just missed. There we go. I'm getting more Roadrunner eyes than I am Spitter eyes. That's hilarious. Oh, no problem. Dane says, still new to the game, so I'm learning. Still. Why not? Feel like using my fancy shotgun. Uh-oh. Something knocked me back at the wrong moment. Oh yeah, come on, tractor beam me. Boop. Wow, more Roadrunners, no Spitters. Just joined, tried to rewind to see what's newly added but failed. Recap, please. Okay, so a really nice quality of life change is that if you see how my crosshair actually expands as I look at this ledge here, that indicates that you're within range of the grapple you have equipped. So naturally it wouldn't do that if you didn't have a grapple, but you can now basically have a rangefinder for your grapple. There's also bomb augments, and slingbow augments now last for 125 charges up from 20, so they're like actually worth using now basically. The bomb augments, there's extra damage, crit chance, projectile speed, and AoE range. So each one of those is an individual augment. And let's see here. Oh, smart stacks and quick moving has been greatly improved. So now when you're shift clicking resources, say into some storage shelves, it will favor going with like items. So say you have some compacted iron, your compacted iron will favor stacking with other items of compacted iron rather than going in to, say, compacted copper. Even though those can smart stack together, it'll so in other words, it makes sorting a lot easier. Also, the same is true for colors. So if you have like 5 different colors of metamorphic rock, it will favor going with light colored rock. So here we go. That should, surely that will give us some spitters. And right now we're just looking for spitter eyes because somebody requested how to find spitter eyes. So you find spitter eyes by killing spitters. Whoa, rewrite. No? I guess those were just ambient, or... Yeah, we're probably not going to get very far with this. What level is this meteor? Nope. Yep. So that didn't take long. Let's see, we don't even have the meteor life buff. So where did the meteor go? Or did it automatically fall off even though I was still a corpse? Oh well, it was over our heads anyway. I never get tired of doing that. And let's see here. Oh, the glow boon, as far as additional things changed in this patch, the glow boon does can't talk, no longer flickers. So it's like basically any other light source and nice and even. And so that's a very nice quality of life thing. I know a lot of people are complaining about the flickering, but that's kind of the major things. Let's see, we're gonna need something a little bit longer range if we want to get this Roadrunner. Where'd he go? Oh, there's a spitter. Must be this guy. There he is. Oh, he's got extra armor too. Very nice. Oh, is that the same meteor, or maybe this is just a different one? Who knows? We can give it another shot. Let's see, we need to eat some food. Ooh, I got mega strength brews. He has a lot of armor. Oh, very nice. Well, that's a huge difference. Oh, nice, leveled up. Despite having a death penalty. That's amusing. Yeah, man, stay still. Wow, this I have to say, I mean, what are these, mighty or something? Because that seems, I don't know. We got the elemental working well. Let's see, what is the counter? Because emerald is the counter to blast, so the counter will be amethyst because it's the other swift bow. So wow, is that 10,000? It's over 9,000. Yeah, these are just strong, so I guess that's really not that impressive. Do you think we'll see gem fist weapons in the future? That would be awesome, but since they're supposed to be exclusive items, I'm not really sure. I mean, like I said, it would be awesome if they did, but then it kind of diminishes everybody that's like, oh, well, what about my exclusive weapon? It's not really exclusive anymore. And once they add like gem fist weapons, then why are they limiting gold and iron fist weapons? So I kind of wish they would, but at the same time, they're kind of in a sticky situation as far as that. And what are we? Oh, we're only halfway through. Where's everything else? Is there somebody floating in the water? Well, there is, but not a meteor guy. Oh, here we go. No, he's just a regular mob. The iron was the exclusive item for, what was it? Yeah, Explorers and Up. So if you're an early backer on PC, then you can craft the Iron Fist. And if you have the Digital Deluxe edition, you can do the Gold Fist. There we go. So where's some cover? Because we're going to need some cover. There is no cover here, huh? Okay. Yep, this is not good. Here, what, I'm only doing 2,500 damage to these guys, even with the strength brew. And that's on charge shots. Yeah, armor repel, so... I guess a fist weapon would be kind of nice in this situation. Yeah, I'm not sure this is worth the time investment. I mean, if I get really stubborn, I could maybe get through this wave. But is that really worth it? These things are just too heavily armored. Raven says, yeah, I wish I'd found out about this game sooner. I would have liked to back this game. Oh yeah, some of the backer rewards are pretty nice. Yeah, the sad thing is once I get these Cuddle Trunks down on some HP, they're going to start pulling out even more annoying attacks. So things that I can't really dodge or just particularly deadly, so I think I'll just go ahead and bow out. Could circle back and get the Meteor once it goes dormant. Yeah, I definitely need either fist weapons or forged sling bows. Because right now I'm just using an unforged bow and it just doesn't have the power. Nice, 3 rough orc stone. And we have 4 spitter eyes. I don't know how many spitter eyes we need for a mass craft, but yeah, group hunting is the way to go for spitter eyes. Oh wow, Walter Hartman said, sad thing is I backed this game almost. When it was first able to be backed, it was basically crafting mode in Minecraft with just blocks. Oh, like creative mode maybe? Gameplay overload. Hello again. Laugh out loud. Quick building break for me. Okay. Welcome back. I keep getting a bad connection in game. I hope the update would fix that. Yeah, that Certainly they can make all sorts of optimizations. Another thing is you can try going into the settings if you haven't already done this, going over to network, and you can kind of tweak your chunk download rates. And if you're kind of like maxing out your connection, so to speak, you could lower this and it would allow more of your bandwidth to go towards the more important things rather than just downloading the world. But it also depends on your router and the location you're at and the internet weather in your area. But pretty much every patch, there's always a whole bunch of bug fixes and usually something about performance improvements. And there's something about like increasing some sort of performance for PS4 by like 20%. But I don't remember off the top of my head what that entailed exactly. Is that a... No, that's a Rosetta Knox. That's another one over there. I thought maybe it's a glowing mushroom at first. Okay, I guess I'll go down. Oh, how's it going, James? 18 for a mass craft with spitter eyes, I think. Okay, that's not terrible, but we're certainly not to 18 just yet. We're up to 4. We don't really need any Cuddle Trunk items. But it's the only creature around. I've scared everything else away. I think we need... Let's try to just go east, I guess. I think I've kind of gone around in circles and kind of cleared out all the monsters in this area. How much longer am I going to be streaming for? It's 3 o'clock my time. I don't know. I'm just kind of play it by ear, so... Is there a particular reason you're asking? There we go. I just love that feature. That is amazing. See, I would have shot over there, but I would have missed. And I probably would have jumped out into the water and go, oh, I didn't make it. But now that I can see what the range is, let's see here. See, I can't even get back. There we go. Ooh, I can make it there, but not the top. Of course, if I do jump out there, I might actually make it, but... I hear hoppers. There we go. Ooh, got a shocking hopper. Ooh, he actually got his fuse lit. Not fast enough, though. Yes, thank you for the awesome update. I'm loving the grapple thing, as I already said, and all of the changes to the augments are pretty darn amazing. Not to mention the new testing mode on the testing servers. I mean, that made it for, well, let's see here, what my tomorrow video, the video that's coming out tomorrow possible. Otherwise, it would have taken probably another month to make that video. So pretty darn amazing. Ooh, we got a meteor. Really should make some better sling bows because meteors here just kick my butt. Of course, I guess I could probably make a better spec to handle it, but we can see if we can get some easy spitters out of it, I guess. So do I have a favorite planet? Favorite planet. I generally fall in love with the planets I farm on, so I mean, I like this planet for hunting. I like Alkion for getting, what is it, the spineback plants or exotic earth yams. You know, I'm particularly partial to Betulia just because that's where my home is, and it's a really beautiful planet. I mean, it's got the nice blue rock and green trees. It just goes flying. That's awesome. Probably need not a totem. How about this one? Okay, where is... There it is. Oh wow, how did I miss that? It was like handed to me on a gold platter. Oh, he's not even aggroed completely. And there we go. He fell in the other one's hole. That's awesome. Uh-oh. My favorite planet is Volpto. Volpto was a pretty cool planet. It was very, very red, but you certainly can't play there any. Wow, look at all the wild stock. I think we need to get off the ground. Like I want to loot, but I don't want to be killed either. Actually, they're only strong. We might be able to survive them. So here we need this one. Oh, that's not cool. I can't believe that actually worked. Does this character have luck? It should have maximum luck. I pretty much have that on all of my characters that do any amount of farming. So yeah, there's luck, attribute bonus, so. Uh-oh. So really, we've gotten no spitters so far. That's hilarious. Uh-oh. Okay. So yeah, apparently, ooh, that one did hurt. Here, let's get a healing potion going. Oh! Oh, the healing over time potion replaces the strength potion? That, ooh, that's not cool. I think we might have to do something about this Cuddle trunk. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and put our strength potion back on. I guess we'll just have to use instant healing. I wish I had enough skill points on my hunter to help out. Yeah, I could certainly use some help right now. No, not the homing missiles. You just get out of the air right now. Maybe just bleed them to death. Here, let's see here. Emerald should be more suited to these guys. Ooh, that was close. Oh, nice. They like de-aggroed. That's kind of cool. I didn't think they would do that inside of a meteor. Wonder if that has to do with the new Cuddle trunks don't follow you as aggressively type thing. Okay. Thought I saw a resist on that other one with the emerald, so I was like, well, is it the blasting? Because There really shouldn't be any resisting with one of these two. Ugh. Oh, yeah, he still hit me. Okay, did you all just see that wild stock disappear? Maybe it was just the corpse, because, I mean, there is some loot right there on the ground. That was... it'd be nice if there was slowing effect. I guess there actually is a slowing effect. It's under the special category in the Forge. Like my my diamond sling bow, it has a bleeding effect, but there's also one for slowing, as well as weaken, which makes them do less damage. But the weak effect is pretty lackluster in my opinion. It just shaves a few hundred points of damage off and just doesn't do enough, in my opinion, to, you know, take it over something like extra damage or extra something else. We still haven't gotten any spitters from this meteor. Oh, tried to lead him a little too much. Holy, okay. Yeah, where's my grapple? Oh, we finally got spitters! Along with ow, 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 ow. Oh wow, okay. I don't know why. I guess they are hitting the wall. That was lucky. That might have killed me. Where is he? Can I... Oh, that's not missing. Oh wow. I'm being surrounded. Okay. Okay, you're amazing, James, and the rest of the team that develops Boundless. Thank you for striving to make the game even better than it already is. We all really appreciate it 100%. Oh, couldn't set it better myself, some decks. Use bombs with extra speed augments. Very nice. And speaking of bombs, I think I actually... Those are iron... Yeah, those are healing bombs. Yeah, I thought I had some bombs at one point. I might be at the limit with this meteor, but I just got some spitters finally. Is there a Cuddle trunk still lurking about? I don't think, yeah, that doesn't even reach. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Whoops. Wow, I'm glad they're not actually shooting at me, or I'd probably be dead by now. That's weird. Why do I have the well-fed buff and yet my stamina bar is not full? Oh, that's right, because they do the stamina debuff. Okay, I guess they fell down. Do some guerrilla style tactics here, I guess. Look, I'm there. No, I'm not. Okay, got that one. Elemental resist. I guess I should use the... There we go. Oh, we got somebody above too now. Kind of interesting trying to use the grapple to dodge like this. Is kind of a new concept for me. Oh, okay. We need to take care of that. Uh-oh. Accidentally switched items. Grapple. Okay. We got 7 seconds to get back. Oh, missed that. There we go. Now we're back. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. That's going to hurt if he hits me. Wild stock was charging. Okay. We survived. I don't know how, but we survived. Uh-oh. Oh my. That's a lot of bombs. Oh, at least they're not. Oh, are they cluster bombs? Nice. Not good. Oh, very nice. Got out of there just in time. Look at that mess. Oh, wow. Something still hit me. Guess I should probably think about healing. There should be friendly fire. Oh, for the spitters. Yeah, that would be, sorry to say, that would be awful in hunts. Ooh, okay. Oh wow, we actually, that was a level 2? Oh, I didn't, where was all the, well, I guess there was some elites. I don't know, that level 1 though, just, I guess it was just unlucky with the creatures that we got, and well, there was no cover either, so all I could do was run around in circles, and they had insane armor, so I'm really kind of surprised we managed to do that. Laugh out loud. Friendly fire on all the wild stock charging around. That would be amazing. It's like the meteor would just self-destruct. Or, self-complete, I guess. I guess the AoE bombs would create massive craters. Yeah. I don't know. If you're able to hit the things flying in the air, they would be pretty good. Excuse me. You're no longer affected by drain. Yeah, so that's what was messing up my energy bar. Okay, that's... we're up to 6 spitter eyeballs. Okay. Well, I think that's probably good for now. Unless you all have something like a last-minute request. Certainly going and trying to solo meteors on a tier 6 planet is probably not the best way to get spitter eyeballs for sure. But if you can go in like a hunt, then you just kind of rake them in. So let's see here. We can pick out this guy if he doesn't dodge too much. There we go. Nice. I just one-shot an elite hopper. Of course, I still have the strength brew, so slight qualifier there. Oh, nice. We got another spitter eye from that guy. Oh, thank you. So, Andre said you're a good hunter, really good. So, I'm a fanatical dodger, if you haven't noticed. And sometimes that works and sometimes it fails miserably, so. Ooh, there we go, another spitter eye. I guess it's not too bad as long as you can actually find the spitters. It's just we're getting severely unlucky that we just can't find any spitters 90% of the time. All the water on these planets. Yeah, I guess there's a. I mean, this planet has about the least amount of water of all the tier 6 planets. But as you can see with a decent grapple, it's kind of like so wet. At least this planet, all the water is more or less in like rivers, so it's pretty easy to just grapple over them if you have a decent enough grapple. Ooh, potion of walking on water? That would be interesting. Of course, you know, like a boat, that would be pretty awesome too. But I guess a brew would probably be easier for either swim speed or water walking, water breathing. Ooh, we got another meteor somewhere. Okay, just kind of had like a ghost of particles over there. Ooh, more hoppers. Ooh, I wonder if we got any trophies. I know we have a Roadrunner feather, so. And ooh, nice. So we got a horn, 2 thermal cores. Please don't land on me. Thank you. Okay, I think I will excuse myself from that. Ooh. This is gonna go over well. Hello, Mr. Wildstock! That actually wasn't too bad. Oh yeah, that's not gonna be good. Oh crap. Yeah. Okay. I didn't even see him. I just heard that grunt and it's like, it's all over. Level 1 meteor lost. Yeah, we can still get the free Oort, basically. It's not really free. We died for it, but free enough, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of strange. These guys, they're part of the meteor and they don't really aggro after the meteor goes dormant. I guess because they're supposed to just go ahead and despawn, but kind of interesting. Easier to implement for the devs as a potion. How cool would it be crafting your own boat submarine upgrade? Ooh, yeah, that's pretty awesome. With varying speeds and tiers like tools. Ooh, yeah, yeah. It's like, okay, you have like your iron boat that's really super slow, and then your titanium, which is nice, you know, balanced or and faster, and topaz submarine. You like explode your submarine because you tap into a rock at 95,000 miles an hour. That would be interesting. But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and call the stream here. Gosh, we've been streaming for 3.5 hours, so I don't think that's necessarily a new record for me, but that is a pretty decent length. But I don't know, I'm completely new to streaming, so for me, that's a really long time. But there we go, yeah, canoe. But so yeah, if there's no last request, think I'll go ahead and do the normal spiel of this was Javita. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and if there's anything you didn't like, please let me know down below. Also, if you like my channel, want to get cool perks, check out my Patreon page. Links are in the description. There's also a donation link and all sorts of cool stuff. Thank you all for stopping by. It was an amazing time playing with you all. It's just, I really need to start doing this more often. I just kind of have to wait for things to settle down a little bit more because, you know, in the middle of moving, have some other things kind of coming up. So it'll be interesting to continue to juggle everything that I do juggle at the moment. So, but wow, yeah, look at all the thank yous. Thank you all so much. You guys are amazing. It would be nice to see true glass in the water. Oh, like, yeah, use the glass as a window into the underwater instead of just seeing the falling animation. Yeah, that would be really nice. I have no clue. I don't know. They did it for portals. So I guess it might be possible. I'm sure there's probably some issue of like when you're underwater, the game renders differently or something. I have no clue. I'm not a game designer, so uh, but oh, thank you, James. It's you made an amazing game. It's my favorite. I can't say that enough, but okay, well, I think that covers it.